Man, who cares, bro? I'm just gonna look at you.
This is my room's a mess.
Welcome back to the messy room. My name is Clark Kent. I'm Superman. I'm really Jason, but I'm here with my brother Vic.
You already know the wave, ladies and gentlemen. What the hell? Why is my screen black? Yo,
Vic,
oh, my fault. Jason's nose, bro. Jason's nose in the way, bro. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Yo! Ladies and gentlemen, I had to do it to him.
Yo, what are you being? Yo, welcome back to a messy room Halloween edition, bro.
Halloween edition, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm Superman.
I'm Jason, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo.
And this is the messy room. Oh, man, ladies and gentlemen. We've been coming with the heavy hitters like this fucking nose. Heavy. Nothing but heaviness, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm telling you, today's guest is an amazing one, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, I've known this man for years. Years and years and years. This man is doing it for the kids. He's doing it for the community. This man is a teacher for the school that I love so much, Chelsea High School, ladies and gentlemen. This man is amazing in every which way. He's a beast. Ladies and gentlemen, fun fact, he was my valedictorian. Oh, man, you know this man got the sauce. Ladies and gentlemen, my guy, William Estrada. Hey.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
What's going on,
bro? First thing first, I can't take credit for being valedictorian. I was salutatorian, but we'll make do. We'll make do.
I mean,
whatever. This man was one of the smartest kids I know for sure.
Yeah, one of the smartest kids I know, brother. You've been consistent since the day I met you. I met you when I was like 9, bro. You know what I mean?
I know. It's been a while. Literally, like 12 years.
Yeah, bro. Yo, bro, I still see your mom sometimes, bro. I'll say hi to her. Yo, she's the nicest lady I know, bro. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you're honestly, a beast, bro.
Yo, honestly, I think like half of Chelsea knows my mom more than they know me, bro.
Yo, she used to bring me to your church and stuff, bro. We used to just have fun, bro. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I grew up with this kid, ladies and gentlemen. This conversation's about to be amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, no bullshit. Jason's nose is mad heavy. I'm gonna take this shit off. It's giving me a headache. I got that Drizzy Drake. You feel me?
Yo, this man, I got, bro. No bullshit. This man calls me. And he calls me with a little line in his forehead like this. Look at that little line, bro. Some bullshit.
Feel me? Ooh, feel me? Shout out to Alexis.
Bro, some bullshit. Little line, bro. He was like, yo, I'm about to be Drake. And I started laughing. I was like, oh, yeah. And then he was just like being serious. I was like, wait, you're being that ass, bro? He was like, yo, bro, you get me tight, bro. What the hell? It's really my costume, bro. Yo, and I started laughing. I was like, bro, you don't even look like Drake, bro. He was like, yo, I look like Drake. And I call him later. I'm like, bro, you look more like DJ Khaled, bro. You could be like, another one. Yo, I'm Father Assad. And he calls me. The camera is black. I'm like, yo, what are you unveiling? I knew he was trying to unveil some bullshit. I was like, what are you unveiling, bro? Fucking Toucan Sam, bro. I was a good one, bro. No bullshit, bro. You got me right there.
Yo, when I came on the Zoom, that got me too. I haven't laughed so hard in weeks.
Bro. I even told my mom to come in here to see that shit, bro. I was like, yo, that's a good one, bro. I never got
man. Yo, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, real quick. I've been having this costume for months. I was like, yo, Jay, bro, we gotta dress up, bro. This and that. As soon as I said I wanted to dress up, I was like, yo, what could I be, bro? I was like, man, I want to be something funny, bro. I was eating Fruit Loops. Looked at the box. I was like, they gotta sell the costume, bro. Yo, Amazon 2-day shipping, bro. Boom. All right, let's dive into it, bro. But let's dive into it, brother.
All right,
bro. So what made you want to teach, bro?
I got you. So honestly, before I knew I wanted to teach, I knew that I wanted to work in Chelsea, right? So this was like my sophomore year of college. I was a math major going in, and I was like, I talked to my advisor. I was like, yo, honestly, I don't want to do this anymore. This is kind of boring. I feel like I'm not fulfilling any single purpose. I felt like it was a very selfish major. I felt like everyone in that major was like selfish. Like not to offend any math majors out there, but like at least that's what my experience was. So then I literally met with I kid you not, 2 hours with my advisor, looking at every single major at my school. And then she was like, yo, so what do you want to do in life? And I was like, high key, I just want to go back to Chelsea and do something for the community. And I just don't know what. So then they're like, all right, let's like pick up sociology because like I feel like that can apply to like working in Chelsea. And I was like, yeah, definitely. So I definitely focused, yeah, all my classes literally were like urban inequality, like and stuff like that. And I kid you not, probably like 6 of my essays throughout my time at BU were about Chelsea, just because there was so much to apply, like with the education and like the community just being low income and a bunch of like an immigrant community and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But then I still didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I just knew I wanted to come back to Chelsea, whether it was like local government, working in a nonprofit, working in education. But like then it hit me. I've literally been tutoring for 3 years at that point. Like junior year, I was tutoring for 3 years, like literally teaching Chelsea adults English, taking care of their kids while they're doing their classes. And I was
Oh,
like,
good for you, man. Good for you,
Bro,
man.
that's awesome,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. And then I was just like, whoa, why don't I just teach? I'm enjoying what I'm doing, right? So then I knew, like, obviously at that point it's late to pick up an education track, because like you probably start off like your freshman, maybe sophomore year, but I was already halfway through my junior year, so I picked up an education minor, and then I started considering Teach for America.
Okay.
Yeah,
For the
and like
people at home, can you explain what Teach for America is, bro?
yeah, of course. So pretty much, typically recent college graduates are placed in underprivileged and low-income communities to teach there. They're required to teach there for 2 years, and yeah, it's awesome. Like, definitely, I had a workshop for like 6 weeks
Okay.
this summer, and bro, literally everyone there is amazing. Like if you were to have any of them on this show, bro, oh my goodness, like it would just be full of amazing people. I love them. And yeah, so like obviously I applied for Teach for America, and I got rejected the first time, just because
Really?
like yeah, because I did early application, and I just like still wasn't sure like how to teach and stuff like that, like who I am as a teacher. So then I took that summer. So this is at the end of my junior year. Took that summer, and I was really considering. I'm like, do I want to do this? Like, was I just like not good enough or whatever? And then I talked to a few people who have done TFA. Like we know Mr. Peacock, he was a TFA teacher.
Okay.
I
Okay.
reached out to
The
him.
legend himself, bro.
Legend. I literally texted him yesterday, and I'm gonna like have a phone call with him on Monday. So that's sick. And then
Tell that dude I miss him, bro. He literally emailed me like last year, and the last thing that's when we just started doing the pod, and he was like, "Oh, yo, how you been?" I was like, "Oh, I'm in my junior year." And I started this podcast. He was like, "What is it, bro?" And I sent him the link, bro. Never heard back. Yo, nah, but for
yeah,
sure, that man was a beast, bro. That's
yeah,
one of my, if not my
yeah.
favorite, just tie with Chuckaborty, bro. That's it.
Yeah. I literally, speaking about Peacock and Checkerboardy, I don't know if you all caught this this was also a long, long time ago when I gave my speech at the graduation, but I shout them out, but not by name
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
didn't
I
want to like
remember.
single out a specific teacher, but I shouted out Mr. Peacock and Mr. Checkerboardy because like they're two amazing teachers.
Beast, bro.
Uh,
Beast, bro.
and like so yeah, so then I applied again, and then I was like, yo, like, and I told them, yo, I really want to teach at Chelsea High. Like, you get placed anywhere pretty much, but
Mhm.
I was like, yo, I want to teach at Chelsea High. Like,
Oh,
I
you're
feel
telling
like
the people of TFA this?
yeah, I'm telling TFA people this. Like, this is at the end of my interview. I was like, bro, like, if there's any way, like, I'd love to go back to teach in my own city. Like, I'm telling you right. I was like, I'm telling you right now. You place me anywhere else, I'll do those 2 years. But then I'm gonna go to Chelsea High, because like yeah, this is where the kids are at. Like, this is like my people. Like
Yeah.
I'm right. I know the school inside out and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah.
and lo and behold, my first interview was with uh was at Chelsea High because like they're like, okay, this kid really wants to do Chelsea High, right, bro? And then it was so fun because I don't know if y'all know, Martin knows the principal now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We've been trying to get him on the
Uh,
show. You
We were
gotta
trying to
hit
get
him
him
with
on the show, bro.
yeah,
Marno,
I know
if
he's
you if
amazing.
Marno, if you're listening to this, hop on the show, bro. Let's
Yeah,
talk.
bro.
Let's dive into the messy room with us, brother.
Yeah, and then like from there, it's been an amazing journey. Like that was back in January when I interviewed with him. And bro, it was the most casual, but at the same time scary interview because this was like an interview for like a real job. Like this is gonna be my job for like who knows how long.
Mm.
But yeah, that was so exciting, and like being able to work in Chelsea is just something completely different. Like I grew up here. I literally like never lived anywhere outside. Like I love this place so much that I just went to BU because it's right
You
there.
don't leave, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love this place.
Yeah,
What,
nah.
how if you could explain like the best way you can, bro. What when you found out like it's all official, paperwork signed, bro. You found out you're gonna work at Chelsea High. What like can you explain that feeling? Like you were like, oh man, you know what I mean? What's that? What was that like?
Yo, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was nerve-wracking at first because I said like I interviewed in July and they don't really give out like jobs because they don't know the openings until like May, right? So I was there for like 4 months, just like
July. You said July or January?
oh, did I say July? I meant if I said July, I meant January. Then
Okay.
like I don't know what I said, but yeah. So my interview was in January, and then like bro, I didn't hear back. I was just chilling because like I didn't interview with any other school after, so I was just like I'm just assuming I got the job.
One shot, bro. One shot. That's it, bro.
Oh, shot. That's all
Yeah.
you needed. And then I got an email at some point in, I don't know when it was, maybe May. And they were reaching out to me. It was Deidre Collins, and she's the head of the Bridge Academy. And so with people who don't know what the Bridge Academy is, that's the part of Chelsea High School where we have our English language learners.
Okay. Yeah.
And they make up a big chunk of the school, and they pretty much have like they have their own guidance counselors, they have their own social worker specifically for them because a lot of them just came to the country, like they need support in English and stuff like that. So they were like, hey, you like, would you be interested in working like teaching math in the Bridge Academy? Like that's where you'll most likely be placed, but we want to take like your opinion into consideration. And I was like, yeah, for sure. Because I know one thing that I was concerned about going into Chelsea High is like, let's say if I go there and I teach, for lack of a better word, a mainstream classroom, like I'm going to get used to it. So then in the future, if I want to move, like if I would just want to move out of state for some reason, I'm gonna have to adapt to a whole new system for the first time ever, just because I'm teaching at a school that I already know the system inside out. But the Bridge Academy is already a little bit different. So like, I'm not gonna lie, like it like sometimes it doesn't feel like I'm teaching at Chelsea High, but at the same time it does when we have our staff meetings and I see Martineau, I see Alpert, I see all these teachers that I've had before that are like now my colleagues, which is kind of cool.
You call them by their first name, or how's that
some
work?
of them I
How's the
do.
exchange work?
Oh, some of them I do just because like it's just funny. But like for example, calling Alpert Amanda, I was like, no, I'm like that's like this. Or like calling Martineau Mark. I'm like, that's weird. You're still gonna be Martineau in my head.
Yeah, no, that's weird. That's because they were like coaches and everything too. Like you just know, you always call them by their last names.
Exactly. Like I'm like, yeah, it's never gonna be Mark.
Yeah, no,
Mark.
That's awesome, bro. Honestly, yo, we literally we talk about education all the time on this shit, bro. Like I don't know how many times I'm always like, yo, you know what gets me tight, bro? That in Chelsea, bro, we don't have teachers, we don't have good teachers, bro, and that just makes us like for lack of a better word, bro, behind, bro. We're just behind everybody, bro. It's not even fair for us, bro. And like one of the things I always said was like, yo, I think what the biggest problem is that it's like a cycle. We have bad teachers that create students that, they're struggling and shit. They might not even graduate college and everything. And then you just keep getting the same cycle of teachers that don't really want to be there, especially, TFA, bro. A lot of TFA teachers have came to our school, 2 years, they're out. They don't want to really teach there. They're out. And I was like, bro, what you really need is somebody that's passionate and has their heart in Chelsea. And lo and behold, my guy William, bro. Like that's perfect, bro. Like written, bro. I remember, yo. I literally was thinking earlier today. I was like, damn, bro. I remember when we would be AP Physics, AP Chem, bro, battling each other, see who can finish the equation first, bro, like this. And now my dude's teaching at the fucking school, bro. I was amped, bro, when I heard that shit, bro.
That's
that
awesome,
shit made me proud, bro. That ass.
That's so, nah, bro. No bullshit, bro. Oh man, like, bro, Spidey costume or not, bro, you're a hero, bro. That ass, bro. To not only teach, bro, but be like, like what's up. You know what's up in the city. You know what I mean? You know the struggles. You're relatable to the kids, bro. And you're gonna give them the sauce and knowledge, bro. That's awesome, bro. I'm proud of you, brother, forever, bro. That's awesome, bro. I was legit telling my mom earlier. I was like, Ma, I don't know if you remember William. I went to church with him before, but yeah, he's a fucking beast. And he teaches at Chelsea. I talked to her for like 20 minutes about just you, bro. Just you, bro. Yo,
thanks, bro. Thanks for the hype. For the hype.
I'm telling you, man, it's awesome, bro. For real, it's
Yo,
awesome.
so how's it been going for you now?
All right, so it's been tough. And then like obviously it's an obstacle as like first of all, these are all the obstacles that I come to mind. Like being a first year teacher, obviously, teaching
Yeah.
remotely is hard. Teaching ELL is hard because like
Yeah.
you have to give them the support because like at the end of the day they have to know the content in English. So like like I'm free to use as much Spanish as I need. That like where I feel like they need that support. But it's hard. It ends up being like maybe 50-50, maybe even more Spanish than English, even though at the end of the day they're going to be tested in English.
Oh,
And
I didn't know
then
that. I thought it
also,
was in Spanish.
nah, I mean, like they're testing at the end because, like, for example, they're gonna have to take the MCAS. There's no Spanish MCAS as far as I know. So they're gonna have to like master the content in English. So obviously, there's no point in teaching them 100% in Spanish just for them to take a test that they're not gonna know, like how to say, I don't know, circunferencia instead of circumference. They're like, even though that's a cognate, but and also there's this one other struggle that was really that just like left my mind. Um, yeah, I'll get back to it if I remember.
Yeah. What surprised you, bro, about being a teacher? Like that you didn't expect? Like like what was the thing that surprised you the most?
Oh,
Other than like COVID, bro.
Honestly, so I this is before I even became a teacher at Chelsea High. This is when I was shadowing a teacher in Lexington. If you want me to get into that experience, that's completely different. This is when I mean, but beforehand, this is just one of the things that's not funny, bro. The amount of like chisme and like gossip that happens amongst the teachers is mad funny. I
Talk shit
remember
about the students, bro.
they don't talk smack or anything. Oh, I mean, at least not one of them. At least when I was there, they weren't, because obviously I was a BU student at the time, and they're like, "Yeah, we're not gonna talk trash in front of this kid." But they're like, "Bro, did you hear that this kid and this kid broke up?" And I was like,
Wait, what the fuck?
"No, this is a middle school too. This is a middle school in Lexington." They're like, "Yo, they broke up."
That's funny. That's funny, bro. That's funny, bro. How's the
students, bro?
I know. Bro, teachers know you better than probably you know yourself, bro. You're always like, mad all the time and shit in high school, bro.
Yo, teachers probably know you even better than your parents, bro. They see you more often than your parents. Your
Yeah,
parents
exactly.
they're tired. They don't even pay attention to you, bro. You're in school and they're like this over your shoulder. Like, what you doing, bro?
I know. They know your tendencies, bro. They know when you're lying, bro. Like,
Yeah.
jeez, bro.
Yeah, it got me thinking. I was like, "Yo, bro, what did my teachers talk about me for?" Oh my god.
Yo, that reminds me. I told the story before. I remember. You remember how Peacock used to do the like you had to do the reflections, and he would ask you like math questions, like the leadership reflections or some shit like that.
Yeah,
And there
like
was a question that was like, "Do you follow the law?" And I put no, cause I like I would like run stop signs. I would speed and shit like that. So I drove and shit, bro. This man wrote a speech on Jason, bro. You shouldn't be doing no maldad. Like Jason, you shouldn't be doing no. Bro. Yo, you're a smart kid, bro. You can't be doing that. I know that you got potential. And then all I see is scribbled out, like crossed out. Yo, I just realized that you have a license. You're probably talking about like running stop signs, which is less. Obviously, you shouldn't be doing it, but it's way less concerning than you selling drugs or something. Not selling drugs. He didn't say it, but I know that's what he was thinking, bro.
Yeah, he thought you were in the trap, bro. Oh man.
Yeah, bro. I was like, nah. Y'all, that shot me dying, bro. But for I'm telling you, that man was a beast, bro. Yo, do you think he was an inspiration for you to become a teacher, bro?
Definitely, yeah, because like I said, I shut him out, and I called him a teacher that did more than just teaching. Like like you said, my dude literally wrote a speech for you because he was concerned because you weren't following the law, bro. Another teacher, they would have just like, I'm just doing the survey. Oh, this kid doesn't follow the law. Oh, whatever. Yeah, it's like I'll give him a little email. Hey, you should be following the law. Dear, sincerely, Mr. Estrada, or whatever. They like, but Peacock literally wrote a whole speech for you. Peacock, what has he done for me? He when I didn't get into MIT, because at the time I thought like MIT was my dream school, I realized that it wouldn't have been the fit for me. So like I'm glad I didn't get accepted because I would have gone blindly. But he wrote me a letter.
No, bro, like you were smart, bro. Like I remember you were just fives on all your AP exams. I was like, damn, this man. I was just that shit. You were a beast, bro. I'm telling you.
Still are a beast, bro.
Yo, give me an AP test right now. I'd probably get I'll get a 3. I'll pass, but I won't do well.
He's not dumb, bro.
But what else did Peacock do? He like, yo, I literally my first year at BU, like it was a really big difference between like being a top student at Chelsea High School and then going to like a university like BU and being an average student. And I know like a lot of people that are listening to this podcast that are like our friends of ours probably had a similar experience when they first went to college, where it was just tough for the first time. And then, bro, he literally like drove to campus and like talked like we had lunch and he was just like gave me a lot of motivation. I mean, that speech was like 4 years ago, but yeah, he literally we spent like an hour just talking in like the lounge, one of the lounges at BU. Bro, like literally my dude went out of his way to like come visit me and stuff like that.
Literally, man, that's
not even a student at that point, bro. Could you imagine?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
that's
like
what
I'm not his responsibility.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't need to do that. Oh, it's like, bro, he can literally, he's just going to support you because he knows you need it, bro. That's all. See, so do you think you bring that into the classroom now?
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely something that I try to do, but like it's hard because like especially if any of you or anyone listening has had Zoom classes as a student, you know you don't want to have your camera on, you know you don't want to talk, you know you don't want to participate, like literally only when you get called on. And like that's the same way my students are, you get me? And first of all, attendance is really low. Like some classes I get good attendance like 70% every day. Other classes I get like 25% of the students showing up.
Man.
Yeah, like literally, when was it? Yesterday, I only had one student show up. I was like, what is this? But I was like, hey, it's up to you. Like, we can go with this lesson. And then like, I'm probably gonna have to reteach this tomorrow. Or you or you can just get off right now. Like I gave him the option. He was like, nah, mister, quiero que me enseñes. And I was like, okay, I'll teach you.
Hey, bro, yo, that's what you like to see, though.
Nah,
No,
that's tough, man. That's tough, man. Cause I remember like it was, I mean, speaking on me, I was a knucklehead, bro. So like engaging with me, like a teacher engaging with me was like a little different. You know what I mean? We kind of one-to-ones. It was a lot of one-to-ones. It was a lot of, hey, see me after class. It was like, hey, what you doing? Like, come on, like you're smart. Like, why are you acting like a clown? Like, why, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It was a lot of that.
Mhm.
And that kind of made me be like, all right, chill. Like, Vic, you got to relax, you know?
Yeah.
But how do you like, or like if I was, you know, don't tell my mom if I was like skipping class or some shit, you know what I mean? Like it was like those one-to-ones that really was like, I was like, all right, I got to buckle down and chill, come to this class, not act stupid. You know what I mean? But how do you get that engagement with fucking Zoom, bro? I feel like this is, it's difficult, bro.
It's tough, definitely. Okay, so like, yeah, so there's I'm gonna get very technical with this, but there's this add-on to like Google Slides called Pear Deck, right? And it pretty much allows students to interact with the Google Slides themselves instead of just typing into the chat. So like I can ask them to like drag an icon, like, oh, like drag the icon to the negative integer, right? And whatever, they can drag the icon and stuff like that. They can like, or I'll ask them halfway through the class on a scale from 1 to 10, how you feeling? And then they like drag along the scale. I'll ask them to type their answers. I'll give them multiple choice because I know sometimes it's hard for students to come off of mute and be like, the answer is 7 or something like that. And you know, this is for students that like might be scared to participate, or they just don't want to have like speak up. And like it's tough because at the end of the day, they could like, even then I still don't get every single student to participate. But I saw like there was a spike in participation when I started doing that. Like I'd probably get like 1 or 2 people speak up, or 1 or 2 people like type in the chat. But like when I give them this Pear Deck, that's what it's called. I get like maybe like 9 students interacting and stuff like that. And then even then it's hard. But like they definitely participate in Kahoots. Like that's still a big thing. So I try to do as many of those as possible.
Music, bro.
Yeah. But no, it's tough. And like I really wish that we were in person, because I feel like my personality is like completely different in person. Like I can be more expressive with my body language. But like it's tough. And obviously, like I kid you not, after the first week, like I woke up Monday morning and I was like, damn, do I want to be a teacher? Like it got like that, like unmotivating. Like it's really tough. And then after that, like like I noticed that like my mentor, she like straight up told me, like without me telling her my experience, she was like, I was really considering changing careers, and she's been teaching at like Chelsea High for like 5, 6, 7 years or something like that. And she was like, yo, I really didn't know how long I'm gonna be able to teach remotely. That's how I woke up this morning. And I was like, yo, I literally like thought about that like a few days ago. So you know, and having conversations with teachers is really nice because you know, everyone's going through the same thing.
They get
First
it.
years
Yeah.
to veterans, we're all going through the same thing remotely. And like that gave me a lot of comfort, knowing that I'm not alone, because like we just don't talk, like, you know, unless you're actively reaching out to other people.
Yeah.
You don't know
I
what's
mean,
going through their head.
I'm trying to think like how can you engage with students, you know, for like just for you to like help you out. I'm thinking like maybe like email them or like just message them on the side, like, hey, how's
Yeah.
it going? Hope everything's all right, blah blah. Or kind of give like a what are those called, like exit tickets, but it's not like about, you know, the
Yeah.
subject. It's just like how you doing or how's it going or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Something, bro. Cause
Yeah.
this Zoom, because I obviously I don't teach, bro, but we do this podcast week in, week out on Zoom. And this shit's kind of ass, you know what I mean? I can't wait till we're in person, and when I crack a joke, I'm smacking Jason in the shoulder. Yo, that shit was hilarious, you know what I mean? Or like, bro, like, you know, we're laughing, bro. I give you a little tap. What the hell? Like, yo, that was funny, bro. Yo, all right, what, you know what I mean? It's better interaction, right? And like, you get to like, I feel like Zoom is kind of, I don't know, it's cool, but it's kind of like,
yo, especially
now,
bro.
bro.
Like even like you can see throughout this conversation we've been having, bro. It's like sometimes it's like a delay. Like, you know, you're talking and then I start talking and then you're like, oh yeah, and you respond after because it's like that delay. That shit's just like it's like we be talking, stammering over each other all the fucking time. That shit's annoying. Like I don't know, but nah, imagine teaching and especially now, for you to take on the job to teach ELL students. That's a huge different experience. Not only like you said, Zoom. And then ELL students on top of that, like it's just hard to get. Sometimes they need that one-on-one. I know that. Like my brother was an ELL student. He came here and he didn't start until freshman year, didn't speak a word of English, and he had to learn somehow, bros. And then he just had teachers on him all the time. But now with the Zoom shit.
Yeah, and it's tough. Like I think Chelsea High is doing their best in being able to reach out to families because, like, for example, I don't know if you remember when we had advisory, when that became a thing. That's still a thing now. And pretty much they asked advisory teachers like the week before school starts to like set up times to meet with your students, either like social distance, like outside their house, like 6 feet apart, or via Zoom or like on a phone call or whatever, right? So I was like, that's a good idea. So like I emailed all my students being like, yo, like, hola, soy Mr. Estrada. I'll be teaching you, I'll be your main point of contact. And stuff like that. Bro, only 2 students got back to me out of like 18. And I was like, so I only got to meet 2 of them. And I reached out to the others again, but like it was tough to have students reach out to me, especially because like I don't know if they like constantly change their emails, because I know at that age you might not like have like your official email yet. So like the email in the system might not be the email that you're actually currently using. The phone number in your system might be your parents, and it'd be like, yo, who's this? Or like not even your phone number. And it's just tough to be able to reach out, especially like I don't know if like my mentor told me this. I don't know if like this is a struggle with like your parents or with like other adults that you know, that they're like always constantly losing their passwords to their emails and stuff like that, and you have to reset it all over and over again. Same thing with ELL students, like, you know, like they've only just started, some of them just only started using email very recently, so they like aren't in the habit of having your password memorized, so they're always having to reset, and they can't access their stuff. And especially now when everything's remote, everything's online, like that's like your number one thing.
Something that could have fucking took in 2 seconds. Oh, this is how you do it. It turns into a whole process of trying to do it through Zoom. Jeez, bro. Nah, because I know my little brother does Zoom classes, and I see him. He be this unmotivated. He'll shut off his his PC, and he'll just have his hand right here, and he'll be, why do I gotta sit here and start complaining and shit? You know what I mean? And I'm like, I feel you, buddy, bro. I don't feel you, actually. I went to classes and fell asleep in the back of the school. You know what I mean?
I've been doing online classes, and this is me, bro. I'd be like, oh shit, what was he saying? Fuck, I missed it. I'll just rewatch that shit, and then I don't pay attention for the rest of the class, bro. It's definitely tough, bro. That shit is annoying because it's like they can't hold you accountable for shit, bro. Like that ass. You can't even in an exam, bro. Like especially right now, bro. I got a 94 on my econ exam. Easy money like that, because I just had everything in front of me. I was like, da, 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 da. Bro, I was nasty, bro. I was like, let's go, bro. It's tough, bro, for sure. I believe you. This shit's tough.
Yeah.
But you're
And
getting
like
through
I don't
it,
blame
right?
it at all. Like, yeah, I'm getting through it. And like I said, I don't blame it at all, because like literally what 6 months ago, I was in their position, camera off, doing the same thing that they were doing. So I can't really like, so maybe there's some karma, but I try my best, and some of them do. Some of them do actually try their best to interact. Like for example, today, for my advisory period, it's called iBlock now. All I did was give him a survey. I was like, yo, like finish the survey, because like the school asked us to give them the survey. So I like just finish the survey, and you're free to go. And there was this one kid. He was like, yo, mister, can I stay? And I was like, sure. I mean, if you want to have something to talk about, we can talk. If not, then like that's cool. And he stayed, and he just asked me, he's like, yo, mister, do you know this artist? And I was like, yeah. Or he's like, do you know this one? I was like, nah. He was like, do you want to put on a song? I was like, sure. Because like I usually put music during independent work time. Um, so that like at least they know that I'm there in some way, shape, or form. And to give like, so that they're just not sitting at their laptop with like nothing. But
Yeah, nah,
I try my best.
those are some good ideas, bro. Honestly, I think you're killing it, dog.
Yeah, no bullshit. No, honestly, bro, it's kind of like it sucks, right? Corona and shit, Zoom. But I think this is gonna make you even better because you're getting into your creative side real early, bro, into your career, bro. So when shit goes back to normal, you know what I mean? And it's like normalized, you have that skill set now where you could not you could adapt, bro. You got that, you could adapt and you could create shit and you could fucking become a beast, bro. Become a Mr. Peacock, bro. One day, you know what I mean? Become a Rachel Barledge, bro, is my teacher, bro. You know what I mean? That I love so much, and Miss Tobar and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, bro. It's just the world, bro. The world's all fucked, bro. Literally, it's kind of like a thing where no one saw it coming, bro. Same way that the beak that I was wearing, bro. Jason didn't see coming. Corona, bro. Corona hit us like that, bro. Just a boom surprise, bro. It's just
that ass.
Oh, man, I just fucking I don't know, bro. I get to whenever we start diving into like Corona and stuff, I just get thinking like, bro, is this shit ever gonna end, bro? They said 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Like it feels like fucking forever, bro. It's just like it's like it fucks with your head, bro, for sure.
Yeah.
What has the administration done to help you guys out the best way they can, bro? What kind of things are they doing?
So definitely, so I don't know how long orientation is and like professional development stuff normally, but this year before school started, I had 1 week of orientation. That was with all the new teachers. We had 2 weeks of training, and this is where they taught me like Pear Deck. They taught us like resources like Talking Point and Remind to be able to like communicate with our students. We're also doing they're outsourcing some workshops with other programs where they give us like a workshop. Like for example, yesterday we had a half day with the students. So like the students only came in from 8 a.m. to lunch, and then after lunch to the end of the school day, other people came in and like gave us another training on how to like interact with students and how to get the most out of our students, like how to reach out to students about their experiences and how can we make them like how can we create a better community remotely and stuff like that. And like again, it's the hard thing is that it's always a two-way street, you get me? Like I put in what I can, and then the students put in what they can, but if we're not both like working together, like it ain't gonna work. So it's always tough to like
even not remote, it's kind of like that too, because there's
Yeah.
students that just in the class and don't pay attention at all.
Yeah, but I think it's easier to like remove yourself too, like remotely, because like some of these kids like they just don't show up.
They're sleeping, bro. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, it's like really difficult, and like I think it'll only come easier with time. Like it'll come easier with time. Like students will get used to it. Like we've been at it for a month. So, some stuff is easy, some stuff is difficult. You can really tell those kids that really care. They're like, "Oh, mister, I think you marked me absent," and stuff like that. And I was like, and then like I truly believe them because they're asking me every day because like I was like, "All right, I'll fix it." And then I don't because like I was like, maybe they're lying to me because like, you can easily do that. But they're like, "Nah, mister, like what is this?" And they'll be like, "Yo, mister, I got this wrong on the quiz. Can you go over this question?" Those are I have those kids, and they're the ones that give me like life every day, the ones that actually like care and stuff like that. And then those who don't, like sometimes it's just difficult. Like this one kid, he got a like he like straight up told me, he's like, "Yo, mister, like I didn't do the homework because I don't get it." Like he's like, "I just don't get it." I was like, so like, and then I saw him the next day, he had his camera on, and I can see him like writing, like he's like looking down, writing notes and stuff like that, like looking up. And then I was like, "No, this kid's really like putting in the work." He like messed up at the beginning, and then he's like changing up his game. And I was like, "Yo, shout out to this kid."
Mm. Is
That's
there
awesome.
an expected date, bro, for when you're gonna go into the building and teach?
Nah, I know that I'm pretty sure in November they're gonna like have a meeting. They're like, "All right, so what's our next steps? Are we gonna try to transition to hybrid, or are we gonna try like half remote, half in person?" Or like are we going to keep on being remote? And like right now, I mean, again, I don't know how familiar you are with what's going on in like Chelsea High and stuff like that, but right now they're having study spaces for students in the library where they like have tables like at a distance, so that way students who can't, like, either they don't have good internet at their house, or like they have a bad family environment where like there's like they have to take care of kids, or like their parents are at home, so like it's alborotado.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
when the learning environment's not good at home, they can come to Chelsea High. They have to like sign up and stuff like that beforehand. I think they have to show a negative test too. But they're doing their best so that way students who can't learn from home can learn from school. And I know one of my students went, and they're like, "Yeah, I wasn't a fan, so I like decided to stay home instead." And I was like, "Yeah, well, I mean, at least you tried it, you know. That's all you can do."
Yeah. I mean, oh man, this shit's fucking.
Yeah, I think it's awesome how you guys are like. You seem like you guys are interacting with the students way more. Like I feel like when I was in school, it was like, yo, I went in, my teacher taught me whatever. Other than like the different teachers like Chakraborty and Peacock were definitely ones that try to interact in my life. Like the whole reason I'm a chemical engineer is because freaking Chakraborty was like, yo, I think you'd be a good chemical engineer. So I was like, word, let me do it. Here I am, 5 years later, and I'm about to graduate next semester. But like other than
Yeah.
that, there was just a lot of teachers that were like, yo, they gave you the lesson, then you left the class, and then you came back the next day, gave you your homework, they gave you the lesson, and they left class, and that was kind of like it. But I don't know if it's because of like Corona or whatever, like making you guys like have to struggle to interact with students. But I definitely feel like you guys are interacting way more. Like we had Ileana last week. I don't know if you
Mhm.
saw that, and she said she's a teacher at Chelsea High too. She's teaching AP Lit, and that they're doing like the emotional, what is it? Hold on, I have it right here. Social emotional learning.
Yep.
Like there's like a class that you guys are doing. Like that's awesome, bro. How's that been
Yeah.
going for you?
Yeah. I mean, that's the advisory period that I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, they just change up the name, and we're meeting every day. And like, for example, that's the only class that's like you have to meet virtually every day. Some of them are they have like synchronous, which is like live, and asynchronous, where like students have independent work, and they don't have to sign on Zoom, but they have to do like, I don't know, like a quiz,
Assignments.
yeah, assignments and stuff like that, or watch a video, and stuff like that. But this SEL block, social emotional learning block, they have to go every single day, and like different teachers are doing it for different things. Like I feel like the most effective results are when like the teachers ask directly what the students, what do they want. So like, for example, I know a teacher, she's doing meditation Mondays with her students, where she like plays like one of those videos from YouTube. It's like, breathe in, hold
Mm.
it in for 3 seconds, breathe out. It's like, imagine you're on an ocean and stuff like that, because that's what her kids wanted. My kids wanted like an independent time to like do work, because like some of them like work right after school
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, I'll give you a period, like I'll give you every Thursday, because like you've accumulated a bunch of assignments that are probably due Friday. Every Thursday I'll let you, like, my period, literally block, come in, ask questions. And some of them ask me questions, and like I was like, "Oh, mister, did you like do history?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then like they'd ask me like, "Oh, can you help me with this?" And I'd be like, "I'll try," even though I'm not a huge history geek. And you know, I
Yeah, that's
cater to
awesome.
yeah,
That's
but I cater
awesome.
to their needs.
Comfortable asking you questions too. Like, you're not a history teacher, you're their math teacher, but clearly you're doing something right that they
Yeah.
feel comfortable enough to ask you about, even for other classes too.
Yeah, for sure. And I think like that's amazing. And like again, sometimes I feel like they come in and we don't do much and then it's over and I feel like wow, that's kind of a waste. But you know, then like some students are like, oh, like I like this class because like obviously it's stress free because the advisory period you really don't have to like worry about much. Um, you know, there's no real grade, so it's more for their benefit. You know, it's
Mm.
like an extra 45 minutes in the day where they get to relax and stuff like that. I'm always like, yo, if you haven't had breakfast, have your breakfast. Because like, you know, I don't we don't want you going hungry during the day.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
that's awesome, bro. Yeah.
You see, I never like when I was Chelsea. I didn't take fucking advisory serious. We had it like what every other week or something. I didn't
Yeah.
take that serious at all, dude. I would be sitting next to Omi, bro, and we were in a fantasy league, and that's all we talked about. That's all we fucking talked about, bro. Fantasy, bro, and fucking goofing around, bro. Talking the whole class, just cracking jokes, and I know like that class, like it had to do with like a lot of like emotional things, social things like that you go through. I never paid attention to any of that. I never filled out any packets. I didn't even do capstone, bro. Like I didn't take that class serious. Like what?
I thought you could graduate without doing capstone, bro.
Bro,
Yo,
you know what I
facts.
did? All right, this is what I did. You know how you had to introduce like your like I don't know, you had your test or whatever, something like that. You got to show how like how
Well, or some shit like that, and you want to talk
yeah,
about
how you grow and how like what
uh,
makes you like something to graduate. You know what I mean, bro? I legit was like, I don't even know, bro. I went in there. I was like, hey, listen, I went from not doing anything and not doing tests or nothing, not doing any projects to doing projects. There's a growth there, bro. I didn't even know what I was saying, bro. I never did anything the whole year, bro. You know what I mean? Like it was legit, like, cause bro, senior year I went from doing nothing, bro, to doing a little bit. So then that's legit what I used for my capstone. It wasn't about how I graded my test and how I made it better and how I, edited my essay to make it better. It was legit. I didn't do something, now I did something now, bro. That's legit what I did, bro. Boom, graduated, bro. I feel like if I had something like that, bro, where you guys are engaging every day and there's a relaxing point of the day, I feel like I could have not been. I don't want to say I was angry, but been so like annoyed with school. You know what I mean? Like fuck this shit. Like someone could have talked me down, and like I could have been like, all right, let's take this more serious, bro. You know what I mean? It's like I was saying earlier, bro. Like I had so many conversations with so many teachers that help me realize that this shit's important, bro. You know what I'm saying? The school is fucking important. To not take this shit for granted, bro. It was a lot of teachers, bro. Martineau's one of them, bro. Like many. I can name the whole fucking faculty, bro. Most of them. You know what I'm saying? And it was that's legit what it was. It was like I don't know. I feel like I didn't care. I feel like if I had that, I would have. I don't know. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, bro, kind of thing.
Nah, but there was always kids like that in class that were like, yo, I don't give a fuck about class, bro. So like, what do you do? What do you do to try to try to inspire like kids to try to get interested in class?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's getting tough. Like for example, back to like what Vic was saying, like how he thinks looking back at it, you would really appreciate like having a class like that. But at the same time, like I don't know, we were kids back then. You might have not appreciated it. I feel like now as like adults we do, but because like for example, we had a circle. For example, like I would ask a question, like it was probably a deep question, like, oh, like what, like this is at the beginning of the school year. I was like, oh, what are you nervous about for this school year and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'll go first. And I was like, to be honest, like blah, 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 blah. I pretty much everything I've talked about right now that's been making me nervous, like, with like being a first year teacher, teaching remotely, etc. And then I asked them that, like, I had like the next kid. So I just had a list of names and we just went in order. So then I'm like, oh, not like Jason, like, what do you think? Whatever. And then Vic, what do you think? And like some kid would come off and then be like, huh, mister, what are we doing? And all I hear in the background is pa 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 pa, like they're playing like Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, yeah.
That's funny, bro. Yo, mister, what are we doing? Chill, I'm on the kill streak, bro. Yo.
I got him down, yo.
On me. Yo. That's funny, bro. That's funny.
like if you have me like on Twitter and stuff like that, I'll be tweeting some of the stuff that have been going on in class because like literally I just hear like randomly. I don't know if y'all played Among Us too, but like for example, I had like a silent period, and I guess during that time I forgot to put music while during the independent work time, and someone was unmuted, and like I hear like video game sounds in the background. I hear like footsteps. I hear like wires being fixed. I hear someone calling an emergency meeting.
What
Oh
the
man.
fuck?
Nah, but
Damn.
I mean, I'll say like, just to like go back. I think if I was a student now, like with Corona,
Oh yeah,
I would fucking love it, dude. Playing Call of Duty, bro, muting myself, bro, not even watching TV, whatever, like not even caring, bro. You know what I mean? I think I would love it, bro. But obviously on the flip end, I would, I would obviously not know the stuff that I need to learn, bro, for major tests and shit like that. So I
yeah.
don't know.
No,
I,
it's tough. It's tough.
I would have definitely been one of those Call of Duty players, bro.
Yeah.
But I would have muted myself, bro. I'm not trying to get caught up. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to convince you the most I can that I'm doing the work, miss. Hey, Mister, yo, I'm doing the work. I remember freshman year, bro. Treadway, bro. Geometry honors, bro. I was chilling, bro. Whatever, and then every day I had a different excuse. Yo, I couldn't sleep, man. Like I'm having trouble sleeping. It was like every excuse in the book every day, bro. Not to do my work. And then here in Zoom, it would be fucking easier, bro. You just don't show up, bro. You just don't put on your camera, bro. I
Yeah.
don't know, man. But what do you think? What do you think? Like COVID, bro. How's that? Like, I feel like that's gonna affect kids. I feel like kids are losing a year, bro. A year of learning and stuff.
Yeah, I totally feel that, and to be honest, so like right now everything's going a little bit slow for everyone, not just in my class. Like in general, I feel like we're going slow, and they're like, okay, we'll just cut that at the end of this unit, and then we could like at the end of this quarter, and then like quarter two starts like a little bit later. And I'm like, okay, that works for now, but like we don't got an extra month at the end of the year. You get me? Like we're not gonna have like when we get to the end of quarter four, it sounds like we're gonna have a lot of stuff missing, because like we were doing it much slower. And like for example, at the end of the school year last year, I don't know if this is just a Chelsea High thing or Chelsea Public Schools thing, but like everything from like March till like June was sort of optional for students. It was a lot of like, hey, like here's like what we should be learning, because obviously it's hard to expect students, because our students are like, our community was not ready to go to school remote, and it's
No community, bro.
unfair.
It's
Yeah,
like
no community.
field.
Yeah, no community, but especially like Chelsea, bro. Like for example, we had to take time to do. So I guess I'm gonna start comparing like back to my Lexington experience.
Yeah.
Every little kid had a Chromebook, and this is before COVID. This is like way back in the day. Like every kid had a Chromebook, and like it was expected that they had this Chromebook, and it was theirs pretty much. And like going into college, I mean, when they transitioned to high school, they were gonna get an iPad alongside with that, I think. Whereas
Yeah. Yeah.
our students didn't. We had to take time to distribute the Chromebooks, and this is also the time where everything with the pandemic was uncertain. We don't know how serious it was. We don't know how bad the situation was going to get, right? So we didn't know if it was safe to distribute, and all that stuff. So like once it was safe to distribute, getting that communication out there to students, first of all, hey, come to Chelsea High to pick up your Chromebooks. What if students aren't following Chelsea High on social media? What if students don't have their emails and stuff like that? They like, it was unfair to have this expectation of them to succeed and like do well at the end of the last academic year. So at the end, I guess it made sense for it to be like sort of like optional, sort of like there's no like penalty. You get me? Because it's unfair to hold our students accountable. But now, for example, I'm teaching geometry and algebra 1, which is it's its own thing, because like I have 2 curriculums I have to worry about. But anyway, the geometry class have a lot of algebra 1 material that they didn't get to at the end. So right now in geometry, we're learning about adding and subtracting polynomials, multiplying polynomials, factoring, and stuff like that, when we should already be in like geometry and stuff like that. So that's already one thing that's keeping us behind. And like it's I personally don't know how we're gonna get through it, and every other teacher's feeling the same way. They're like, yo, I don't know how we're gonna get through it.
Yeah, what worries me is like, what about things like MCAS and stuff that like the
Exactly.
stuff that you learned in the year? How it's supposed to prepare you for
Actually, still gonna
what?
be MCAS this year coming up.
Yeah, so the MCAS, there's still no official word whether if it's gonna happen or if it's not gonna happen. Like we're teaching as if it will happen, which is why we're still teaching. We think it's important to teach these algebra skills, even though they could learn it at the beginning of algebra 2, which makes sense. But also, you take your MCAS like your geometry year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
so
sophomore year.
yeah, so like some of these students are going to be taking the MCAS if it goes normally, and they're supposed to know the material from algebra 1. Um, so
Yeah,
which
that's
is
what I'm
why we're taking that
saying.
time. So I don't know. Like I hope that the MCAS is delayed in some way, because like it's unfair, because like our student, like there's a good chance that like our students won't be prepared for it just because of the nature of the situation, not because they're
Mm.
like and that's for all students too, not just us.
Yeah, I know.
What's your
My brother started off like his freshman year of high school this year, and that's one thing that's up in the air. Like so if you take biology freshman year, you can do the biology MCAS, right? And
yeah?
he's like I don't know, I've never done. He's his first year in high school ever, and he's already got to do an MCAS that depends on whether he's gonna graduate or not, and he doesn't even know if he's gonna take it. So it's like there's a lot of the definitely, and he's loving that shit being home. He's like, yo, after class, bro, I could just cool it in my room, take it easy. I don't have to be around nobody, bro, because he be hating students. Apparently, kids be annoying in class. I remember being annoying, bro, but I definitely was one of them.
Oh man, nah. What, bro? Like, what's your curriculum process look like? How are you like developing the classes and what like the lesson for the day? Like, what's that process look like for you? Like, is it after you're done with the students, the school day, you dive into your
Yeah,
curriculum or whatever?
yeah. Usually, I mean, first of all, I take a Zoom break because I've been on the computer all day. I've been on the computer from 8 to 2 or 2:20. Like at that point, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna like if y'all email me after, sorry, I'm not email I'm not emailing back. Because like and the same thing, like I like practice what I preach. I tell my students, hey, we're gonna end class 10-15 minutes early, because like I don't want you to be on Zoom all day. Especially because my students are E1, so entry level English. And they're like, oh, we want our students to have extra support, so we want them to meet with every class every day, whereas everyone else is meeting with 2 classes a day and then doing 2 assignments for the other classes. It's all
Mm.
confusing. So I tell my students, like, yeah, have a break anyway. So like it's tough. I have to look at, first of all, did we get through the lesson today? Did we get through our learning objectives today? Like at the end of the day, did our students learn how to use the box method to multiply polynomials? I don't think they did. How can I change this? So it feels nice that like I don't have to do a complete lesson plan, a completely new lesson plan every day. I can just take today's, adjust it, be more explicit, give different examples. Maybe sometimes I like look up a video because like maybe I'm not explaining it well enough for my students, so maybe they'll find this video helpful,
Mm.
and stuff like that. So like it's a lot of, this is the lesson plan, adjusting, and because of that, I'm like maybe like a day behind some teachers. Um, and like when I complain about them, I was like, "Yo, COVID sucks. Teaching is hard," and they're like, "Yo, just steal my slides, bro." And I'm like, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, is that okay? It's like, yeah, like it's like I've only used them once. You might as well put them to good use and use them twice. And I was like, "I thank you, homie." Um, so like
That's cool, bro.
yeah, because like these teachers are like, please take it, and then, like especially as a first year teacher, like it's like hard because like I'm still learning how to do like lesson plans. I'm
Mm.
still learning what's the best approach, and like it's also good because like after that I caught up, and then I have to like now make my own presentation. So like I can't, because I don't have anyone to like steal slides from, so I had to make my own. But like having learned how other teachers make their slides has improved my slides and stuff like that, because like literally my first lesson I was like, because obviously we all started at point zero. My first lesson was pretty trash, bro. I was like, yo, bro, these kids probably learn nothing. I was like, oh my god. They're probably like they're probably like, yo, este maestro que está diciendo, porque
You're too hard on yourself, brother. You're too hard on yourself,
yeah,
man. It's first day,
yeah,
bro.
No, but it's true. But like, you know, I was like, damn. And then like, I asked this other teacher. I was like, yo, like, how did you teach this lesson? And and then they explained it. They're like, hey, here's a link to my slides if you want to look at it. And I was like, okay. And then that's when I started being like a day behind everyone else. And it came to my benefit because like I'm learning and you know, a part of me like I told one of them, I was like, yo, like I feel like I'd be doing way more right now, but like I feel kind of trash, like just like using other teachers' slides like for the time being, or like taking them and adjusting them for my ELL students. And they're like, honestly, I'm telling you right now, every single teacher did that their freshman, like their first year teaching to some degree. Second, they're like, I know you're TFA teachers, so you are all hard on yourselves.
Yeah.
Um, and I was like, maybe, but like, you know, and they're like, honestly, don't worry about it. And again, just talking to teachers
I
just makes me
support.
feel good, like, you know, which is why
Yeah.
like, you know, the math department, again, it's amazing. Like they have a picnic every other weekend because like, you know, we can't really like go to someone's house or whatever, so we're just like at the park like in a big circle. um and you know, we just like talk about stuff, you know, and they're like, yo, the math department, we're kind of like a sorority in that way. And I was like, honestly, like I'm glad I'm and then
Without the beer crushing in your head and shit, bro.
exactly. And I'm like, honestly, like there's like if I was teaching anything else, just I'd probably be like off the Tobin Bridge or something.
Yo,
Sorry, I don't want to laugh at that, but I feel you, bro. I
Yeah.
feel that's just, bro. That's awesome. That support you're getting, bro, by the team, bro. That's no, because bro, a lot of people know listening to the podcast. I was working at a bank for a long time, and
Yeah.
I got support, but I feel like I didn't get like the greatest support that I like. You know, not that I deserve anything, but like I feel like you're getting it. You know, you guys are a unit, bro. You guys are trying to strive together, kind of like I don't want to compare it to like the military, but you know what I mean? Like no man left behind kind of thing. And I think that's cool, bro.
yo, I got a question, right? So
Mhm.
so obviously you were a CHS graduate, so and now you're working at CHS, right? So do you think, looking back, that the teachers, how do I want to ask this question? It's kind of like basically what I'm trying to ask. Do you think that the way you looked at teachers when you were a student and the way you look at teachers now that you're a teacher as well, what do you like? How do you compare them? Do you think it was better when you were a student or what?
Bro, honestly, I didn't know the amount of work that goes on behind the scenes for teaching. Like, for example, especially someone like Peacock who went above and beyond, bro. Just even your teaching duties, like I sort of get why some teachers like literally didn't like care for the students. They were just there for their job because like, you know, you only see the teachers from like from 8 to 2:20, you know? Like you're like, oh, this is a 6-hour job. They're working like what like that like that's a 30-hour a week job. Like that's easy.
Yeah.
Like, but then when you think about it, you know, they probably show up an hour early so that way students can come in for extra help. They stay after school for students who need help. When they get home, they're probably working on their lesson plan for the next day. And you know, they really have no time. Like because we're all remotely, I could do like I'm being serious. Some like I've had at least like a week or two where I like maybe left the house like maybe Sunday to like maybe like go down to the corner store and grab something that I need. And then literally Monday till Friday, I don't leave the house at all. I don't see sunlight, bro, because like I literally teach, relax, and then prepare for the next day. Wake up, teach, relax, prepare for the next day. And it's just become this constant cycle where like I just like, bro, like my brother would come home and it's like he's like pouring wet. I'm like, what happened? And he's like, it's raining outside. And I'm like, oh, I
You
didn't
didn't
know.
even notice.
Like it's tough. So like just looking back at it, like yo, shout out to all the teachers. Like even those that like if we felt like they didn't put a lot of effort because like we still learned, bro. I still learned enough to like do well in that class, which means that they were teaching at least something. You know, they went back home and like prepared their lessons, even if they came into the classroom and like it felt like they couldn't care less what they were telling us. They did work, and it's
Yeah,
hard.
yeah. No, that kind of makes me great, bro. Cause I look back, you remember Miss Blake, bro?
Yo, yeah.
Like, imagine, yo, so Miss Glite So basically, junior year, we were in chemistry, right? And then we didn't have a teacher for like the whole it was like 2 months, right? It was like two
Yeah.
months. We didn't have a teacher at all. And then all of a sudden they bring in a new teacher. Her name is Miss Gleick, bro. It's just first time teaching, bro.
You don't tell me you roasted her, bro.
Bro, every day, bro.
To her face?
Yo, I remember there was one time, literally, she spelled ladder wrong. Yo, bro, she's dumb, bro. She can't spell ladder, bro. Roasting her. Yo, like, we would just, bro, nobody cared. They'd be so mean to her. So could you imagine that? Being a first-time teacher, having to do a lesson plan, going to class and getting roasted by your students, bro, and then having to do it again tomorrow, bro. Yo, that's
what a dickhead. Take that Superman costume off right now.
I was definitely one of them. I'm not gonna lie. Like I feel like I gotta confess my sins right now. Like I dead ass would be like, she would come over to me, she'd be like, Jason, why are you not doing your work? I'd be like, yo, I don't care about this shit, bro. I dead ass, I don't even give a fuck about this shit. She'd be like, okay, but you gotta do your work. I was like, nah, I don't wanna do it, bro. But I mean, obviously I was still a good student. Like I would still do well on the test because I was like, it's just math. But like other than that, like I didn't give a fuck about that shit. And I was mad rude to her. And I'm like, damn, bro. I'm looking at William, like, yo, you were one of my friends, and now you're on the opposite end. I feel like I basically was doing it to you now. Like, that's like if I was making your life miserable. Like, damn, bro, that's fucking.
Yeah,
that shit sucks,
I forgot about. I never put it like that, but now when I think about it, I'm like, yo, these people, yo, they spent hours just for us. Just for them to be treating like trash, bro.
Yeah, nah, I'll admit, I was a dickhead myself on occasion, bro. I got kicked out of class, stuff like that. This is what I did, bro. I thought it was funny, bro. So like anything stupid that happened in class or like anything that I was always thinking of the next joke. Still to this day, I still think about the next joke. So then when shit happens in class, I'd be like, yo, that shit was crazy. Like, you know what I mean? I'd say a joke, everyone start cracking up. All right, get out of class. Every day, bro. Every day, different class, no matter what it was. I think I got kicked out of gym, bro. Who the fuck gets kicked out of gym? I got kicked out of gym like 800 fucking times, bro, doing stupid shit like that. All right, all right, no shooting around. I'll shoot like 3 more baskets, bro. Like just to be goofy, bro. You know what I mean? I don't know, bro. It happens to the best of us, bro. You just
and imagine that every single day for like 10 years, just a little bit of teacher. You're wearing down the teacher, bro. They end up, bro, probably like this by the end of their career, like damn. I hate kids, bro.
Yeah. Yo, actually, speaking about that, like my first 2 weeks of teaching, there was this one kid, you know, and like all of a sudden I hear like reggaeton playing in the background, right? So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna mute this kid because like he probably like had like he's off of mute by accident, so I mute him, right? Like 1 second later, he goes off of mute and he keeps on playing reggaeton. And then I was like, hey, like if we're not talking right now, let's keep our mics on mute because, you know, like so that way like everyone can hear each other, whatever. So I mute him, right, bro, and then he does it again, and I'm like, well,
he's trying to get you, bro. He's like trying to get you, bro.
Yeah. Then I put like mute all participants, and like I removed the ability for students to unmute themselves. And like then like I just continue teaching because like, and then I like removed that setting when I asked students to like participate, and you know, like it was sad, like it had to get to that point, but like, you know, sometimes it had to be done. But you know, Miss Gleick didn't have that option.
Yeah, no.
Miss Gleick didn't have that option.
Oh, imagine that, bro. That would have been a dream for her, bro. She would have been happy to have that.
Did she come back? Did she come back?
No.
That was
Jason, you see, that's your fault, bro. It was probably her biggest dream, bro. What happened?
I don't think she even finished the school year, bro.
That's crazy.
Nah, I don't know.
That's your fault, Jay, bro. She was probably like, "Let's go, first year teaching. I'm gonna change the world, bro."
Yo,
and then all of a sudden you were like, "Yo, she can't spell ladder. Wow, what a dummy!" And
I was laughing at that one, bro. But that one wasn't me.
Nah,
but yo, could you imagine? And then I, at the end of the year, had the audacity to complain to her and roast her because she didn't let me into AP Chem, bro. I had the audacity to do that shit. Yo, that's crazy, bro. Yo, I feel bad right now. I'm about to find her on Facebook and go apologize, bro. That's fucked up, bro.
What's her name? Miss what? Miss Gleick?
Miss Gleick. I don't even. It was like GLAJCH.
Oh wait. Okay. So I found her Twitter a long time ago. Want to know what she? But, okay, so this is her first tweet. I think she like made a teacher account or whatever. The first tweet. Interviewed at Chelsea High School today. Hope I get the job. It seems like a nice place. Smiley face. The next the next tweet. Starting at Chelsea Monday. Really excited.
Yo, man.
She didn't know what was to come.
Downhill from there.
Yep.
Oh my god, bro. But nah,
Yo.
that no bullshit. Like that's the beauty of teachers. Not that we're roasting them and they're a big target to get roasted, but it's just like they come back, bro.
Yeah.
You know how much of a dickhead students can be, and the teachers come back, bro. There has to be a love or passion or something there. You know what I mean? Like where you want to teach and you want to show these kids like the other side of not knowing or like being ignorant to something they just don't know, and to be on the other side where they get it, they understand it, and they're able to apply it to their lives, bro. There has to be a love there, bro. Because I don't have the fucking patience to have that. Ask Jason. My brother will just be like, just open my door and do something stupid like that. And I'll be like, yo, get the fuck out of my room, boy. You're pissing me off, man. Always doing that. You know what I mean? Imagine if I was a teacher, I would have left, bro. Second day, bro. Second day, I would have fucking left.
Yeah.
That's tough, bro. So yo, all right. So you were teaching at Lexington and now you're teaching at Chelsea. Those are two very different places right there. So one thing that I always say that I was saying earlier is that when you live in a place like Chelsea, it's low income, bro. There's not a lot of money in the city. And like I did a paper, I think it was last semester. I was in a sociology class. That's why I think it's cool you graduated sociology. That shit opened my mind a lot, bro. Like I saw so many things that hold you back, bro. And then I had to do a paper on something. So I chose urban schools and like how well they do, how well they perform. And obviously, like the stats are sad to see, but it's like urban communities definitely have lower test grades, lower success rates of students doing well. And it's like how does that feel to like now be a teacher and like you're basically going against the whole country, like the whole world right now, because you're trying to not only make these students successful, like just being students, but being students in a low income community that is like that shit's tough, bro. You don't get what you need sometimes.
Yeah, like it's hard because again, like we're their only supports. Like for example, like if I went to Lexington, they probably have like parents who are like our engineers, doctors who like if they're struggling on their bios test, like they have their parents as a resource. Our students don't have that resource. Like at least the majority of them don't. Like the majority of the majority of our parents like either like didn't go to college, or like didn't have a proper education in their home country, and stuff like that. And it's tough. And that's something we have to consider. Like I know one teacher brought up how their spouse works in I think it's Malden or Medford or some other city, and they're like, yeah, like they're doing this, and then some teacher came and interrupted. They're like, honey, like that's a whole different city. Their students like are built for like success. Ours are struggling. Like if we're thinking about like what's it called? What's this movie? The Hunger Games. Like all these other communities, they're like District 1, 2, 3, 4, where they're like bred to become high school graduates, college students, future professionals. Whereas like our students, some of them
to be honest, that's kind of how it is.
Yeah, and then like some of our students, a lot of them, graduating high school is probably one of the greatest achievements that anyone in their family has ever accomplished.
No bullshit. That's big, bro. Conversation I've been wanting to get into though, like the difference in schools. Like, yeah, we need teachers like you. I'm telling you, like there's literally one of the things I learned in sociology is that you have the cycle. It's like you get in a good community, you have kids that the teachers that know how to teach well, so they teach the kids well. Those kids go to college, they become good then they become teachers too. They come back and they can be good teachers as well. They graduate, they can be good teachers, and they can come back to the same city that they taught at or some shit like that. Like one of the things that I saw in a study too was like people are more likely to teach at places where they like similar or that they grew like that's to where they grew up. So like if you grew up in the suburbs, you're most likely going to go teach at the suburbs. And sometimes the best teachers are the ones that come from the suburbs. Like I imagine like Miss Mahoney was one of the best teachers at Chelsea High. Like she was like the AP accolades, bro, you know?
Yeah.
And she was probably coming from a suburb. She definitely didn't grow up in Chelsea, you know that for sure. She was like one of the best teachers at Chelsea High. And that's what we need is teachers that actually know how to teach. But the problem is, you know, we get this bad cycle of those TFAs that sometimes I don't want to roast TFA, obviously.
Yeah.
It's not the fault of TFA. But a lot of TFA like teachers, they get it because they just want to become a teacher, you know? They're just like, I had the chance. And then they get into, let's say, a school like Chelsea High. They'll teach there for their 2 years, but what they really want to do is just get the experience to go teach where they really want to teach. You know what I mean? So it's like then those students, you know, sometimes like us, we can make a connection with those teachers, right? We might find out that we actually like them a lot. Like, oh, damn, this teacher's awesome. Like, for example, Peacock, bro, was one of the teachers that man changed my life, right? And I'm like, all right, so this is a good teacher that is good to have in the school. All of a sudden, this man's like, he's trying to progress his life. Obviously, I don't want to knock him. Obviously, he's trying to progress his life. That's a completely different thing. Like, you know, it sucks because like that ass, it ends up like that, where it's like 2 years, and then they end up dipping. And now what happens to those students that they're like, yo, I thought you were a good teacher, but then they dip. Or like Chakraborty, who she was a good teacher and then she got fired because of the administration, bro. It's like we need to cherish those good teachers, bro. Like what the hell's going on?
Yeah, and that's why that's why Mahoney left because she wasn't cherished either. Like I remember I was like, bro, like yo, I was like, that's the biggest one of the biggest losses Chelsea High has ever had because like Mahoney been there for a while. Same thing with Chakraborty, both of them been there for a while. Like one of their best at their craft, and then like just because they weren't appreciating the school, like yo, we need these teachers. Like they are some of the best teachers. Like yo, like I kid you not, AP Bio is probably harder than some of my college classes, but that's because Mahoney pushed me. You know, like she made that class tough. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying that like it's weird because like I want our schools to be the best. You know, I want like it shouldn't be unfair. Like this country is supposed to have a fair life for every individual in the country. Well, American, whatever, wherever you come from, you're supposed to have a fair opportunity to, you know, the pursuit of happiness. You know, whatever they teach us in history class, right? And it really don't be like that. Like there's a lot of stuff that hold us back in our community. Like you now, especially you can see clearly in education what like you said Lexington, they had the laptops already, not even with Corona, just because they had the money for that. And on top of that, now if you go to high school, you get iPads. I knew kids in college that they're like, oh, in my high school, everybody had iPads. I'm like, bro, I would be lucky if they gave me a pencil in class, bro. That's not even a joke.
Yo, are you being serious?
It's dead ass though. It's literally a true fact. Like I would be struggling to find pencils in class because there would just be no pencils for kids like that. And like I don't know, it's just not fair, bro. Like
and I bet you some of those pencils probably came out of the teacher's pocket. You know, not even the schools. You know, some of these resources they probably came out of the teacher's pocket, and like. I was reading this one article for one of my classes. Bro, I don't remember what it said, but this one thing stood out to me where they said typically white teachers decide to teach because they liked school, you know, because like, oh, like I really like my experience in school was great, so like I want to continue that experience. Where a lot of teachers of color, like us, like Latinos, like, you know, our experience wasn't the greatest, you know. Like I love Chelsea High, I love the city, I love the school, I love the people, but like it wasn't like the greatest educational experience that we could have had. And you know, a lot of teachers of color are motivated by making a change, whereas white teachers are motivated by like keeping that like tradition, you know, like, you know, just
yeah. No, it's tough. It's definitely tough. And I think that what's nice, like I'm saying, you're saying teachers of colors are more motivated, and you're one of them now. You literally are one of the, like, the epitome of what that message is like you're trying to come back and, you know, give a better life to these kids. Like, obviously, you know, Chelsea High would like, Like, do you feel like when you went to college that you were as prepared as the kids in college?
Nah, bro, I'm telling you, that's why Mr. Peacock had to come like to me. Like I thought I was prepared, but I guess I just wasn't prepared because everyone was at the same level as me. You know, we're all competing in different. We're all like top students from our own high schools, and I'm like, oh shoot, but you're the top student at like a school that probably has iPads, all these resources, private tutors,
Yeah.
where I'm out here like getting waivers for my college application.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I had the same experience when I went to college. I was just like, bro, one of the things, I'm the only Hispanic in my major, bro. Like that ass. I think when I started, there was maybe a few, but like, you know, my major is one of those ones that they drop like flies after freshman year, bro. Literally, it
Hmm.
was like, and like now I'm the only Hispanic in my class, 90 people, bro. I'm the only one. I think there's one other. Like that's the most I could say because I haven't, you know, with the Zoom shit, I can't tell because everybody's
Yeah.
not on cam. But based off of the names, I could kind of like tell. All right, this is not this is kind of like a Spanish sounding name. I don't know if that is that racist. Is that racist?
Nah, I mean, bro, if your last name's Hernandez,
Yeah, nah. The
like
last name of the kid is Cartagena, so I'm like, that's why I'm like, all right, that's most likely something Spanish, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Either way, but you know, it's like, damn, bro. Like I feel. Remember, I like one of the stories I like to tell people when like one like that kind of opened my eyes. Remember that time that Peacock stood at the front of the class and he was like reading us the stats of the people that are gonna grad, like the of like people like us, you know, Hispanic
Mm-hmm.
kids, like the rates of how much they actually graduate from college and how much they drop out.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that day?
Yeah, I still remember. Like after the AP test, right? Like it was like
Yeah,
after at the end. Yeah.
it was like towards the end of the school year,
Yeah.
senior year.
Yeah.
It was like one of the last classes. Yo, and that when he was, bro, that shit opened my eyes, bro. I think he was saying like like I think it was like 20%. So like 1 in 5 students, bro, are gonna graduate, bro. And imagine we had a 30 kid AP physics class. I looked around, that meant 6 of us in that class were gonna graduate from college, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously the stats don't really work out like that because then you know there's gonna be kids in like other classes that are, you know, obviously,
Yeah.
but like I was looking around and I was just like, damn, bro, only 6 of us. Like I see so many people that I look up to in this class. You, Wilbur, bro, bro, there was just so many people. Other Wilbur, bro, like so many people in our classes that I looked around, like they inspired me. They were like, yo, these are smart kids, bro. I'm expecting everybody to do well in their life. And then all of a sudden, this man's reading up on the class. Oh, only 6 of you are gonna graduate in this class. I was just like, all I know is I need to be one of those 6, bro. That's all I knew
Mm-hmm.
at the time, bro. But that shit, it's tough, bro. It's like, damn, I don't feel. It's like it doesn't feel like I belong in this place where I was in school, or it doesn't feel like I belong in a successful degree. Like, it doesn't feel like I should graduate. Like it doesn't feel like it's supposed to be like that. My life is written so that I'm gonna be like, you know, I don't know, like working at McDonald's or some shit. Like that's just what it's like. It felt like that was my only opportunities back then. Bro, like that shit's tough. But now you're a teacher that gets to be like, yo, I was one of you. I was one of you. I think I did have one teacher from that actually was from Chelsea High. I don't remember if you remember her. She was like a Spanish teacher. Her name was, I don't remember. I have no idea what it was. She was my Spanish teacher. Rio. What was it? Miss Rio, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I had her freshman year, and she was like, "Oh, I was a Chelsea High teacher, and now I'm teaching at Chelsea High." And that's like, bro, I was like, that was the one teacher. I was like, damn, bro, like she's me.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm looking at her and she's me. But then we had teachers like, bro, our other teachers didn't look anything like us. Peacock didn't look like me.
Yo,
Mr. Kelly didn't look like me. Yo,
nah, bro.
and Mr. Mr. Stubenboy was one of the smartest people I knew. Bro, did not look nothing like me, bro. I literally felt like, and I'm just like, damn, bro, like, is this supposed to be what I'm at? Like, it doesn't feel like it. It's like, nah, it's not. I don't feel like
You
I
know?
belong here.
Yeah, definitely. And again, that's what motivated me because like I'm like, yo, I didn't, yeah, again, I didn't have teachers that looked like me. And going to Chelsea High where like 86% of the students are Latino, Latinx, um, like, and they don't have like a Hispanic teacher. Like literally the people that they go to school and see that look like them, um, custodian workers, cafeteria workers,
Mm.
you know, and like for example, there's a stat like 16% of Chelsea public school staff is of Hispanic or Latin American heritage. But I'm like, yeah, but like staff, not like teachers. like not like they're like, so like how many teachers are what percentage of teachers are like Latino is way lower than 16%. And students, like, they don't get to see that. And like, even though I'm teaching the Bridge Academy, one thing that upsets me is like, also like, I know as a student in Chelsea High School, I felt separated from the Bridge Academy. I couldn't name you like any teachers that were there when we were growing up, besides like Mr. Hernando, because he was the head of the science department. And and like, just like, I feel like the students in the mainstream classes will feel disconnected from me. They won't have the opportunity to see a teacher like me, like that's also Latino. So I hope one day, like, other teachers, either students that come back from Chelsea High, and like when I try to connect with my students, um one of the first things I told them, like, yo, I'm a Chelsea High graduate, bro. I'm like, you all are going to graduate from Chelsea High. We're literally like coming from the same place, but at the same time, it's hard to connect because some of them have been living in Chelsea for less than a year. They don't feel like Chelsea's their home. So like, me being from Chelsea might as well be from, like, I don't know, like like Ingleside, California, or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So like, that was one thing that like made me sad, because they couldn't care less. Where I feel like it's other students that like grew up in Chelsea, saw a teacher that grew up in Chelsea, like, that would have been a great impact. It is what it is. Hopefully they do get to know my name at some point. But yeah.
Yeah, hold up. This man Vic is sending me questions through text, so that because he's not connected right now.
All right.
Let's see what he got here. Oh, so Vic says, "What do we need to do as a community to compete with the wealthier schools?"
First things first, like, don't compare ourselves, because we have to be realistic. It's like, you take like, if we're talking soccer related, if we take like un Levante, and like compare it to Barcelona, or if we're taking, for example, right now, the Giants, and comparing them to like the Titans in football and stuff like that. It's like, one's not built to succeed, one's built to succeed. We just can't be compared. We have to have realistic expectations, and then from there, address our needs. We can't be like, oh, that school has iPads, we should have iPads too. Because our students might lack the technological literacy to be able to navigate computers. Like, for example, I literally had to teach my students how to copy and paste, because they didn't know how to copy and paste. So we have to have like realistic goals. We can't be looking at other schools and be like, yo, they have like, these students can afford private tutors, whatever. Like, I know one of the first times that this happened, where like I felt very like, bro, I'm poor, was when I was in I was in a math class, and this is the first semester of college. I couldn't afford all the books, and how do I say this? Oh yeah, and then one of them was like, "Yo, can't you just ask your parents for money?" And I was just like, "Hello, if I could ask my parents for money, then I wouldn't be here." Like, like, some people outside of like communities like Chelsea, they just don't get it. They've never been in a place, and I think maybe teachers have that same mindset. Like, if they've never been in a low income school in an underprivileged community, they have all these expectations coming in. And like, luckily, those who have stayed here for a long time, like Martineau definitely is like an amazing principal in my eyes, because he's been here, he's been able to like grow up with the kids. Like, literally, he's been here for like, what, maybe 9-10 years, bro. Like, literally, his students now, they're probably like 27, maybe in their 30s, doing big things. He's been in Chelsea High like for like half my life. He definitely he's been here to like learn about the community and all that stuff like that. So making sure that like our teachers, having teachers that like, won't have that turnover rate, so that way we can have consistent mentors, consistent leaders to look up to, would definitely be a good start.
Yeah. Okay. So this is my perspective on this, right? So I agree with you, right? We need to have like people that actually grow up and look like the students go back and teach in those places. Mm-hmm. So by that logic, I should be teaching at Chelsea High too, right? I feel like I was a pretty good student at Chelsea High. I should be one of those people to go back. But then on the other hand, you're now a teacher, bro. One thing that stopped me from wanting to become a teacher is money, bro. Like, you guys, like, teachers are not getting paid a lot of money, bro. Like, there's no, like, imagine not only are you gonna struggle, imagine Miss Gleick. Let's put Miss Gleick in the situation again. First year teacher, learning how to teach, going to Chelsea, getting roasted and getting paid like shit. Like, why would you want to teach there? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like a whole mess of why somebody won't want to teach there. And it's like, well, I don't know. So like, what's your perspective on that, bro? Like,
Yeah, it's
did
tough.
money ever make the decision hard to want to teach?
For me, like not really. And I think one great perspective for me was like even though like I'm not gonna say how much I'm making, right? But like by myself, I'm making more than like sometimes like it's some years that my parents made combined, you know? And I felt like I had like a pretty decent life. Like I didn't feel like I was like in a shoebox or whatever, like, you know,
Mhm.
and I mean again, that's just how I grew up, you know, like like with little money, but at the same time, I felt like I had a lot. I had a phone, like I had internet, I had like a TV, I had an Xbox, you know, being able, so I was like, okay, like if I can, if we were able to live as a family of four with that amount of money and I'm making like about the same by myself and I'm at this point taking care of myself, like I'm able to do it. I won't have luxuries, you know, I won't be able to like maybe like for the first year like travel as much as I'd like to and stuff like that. But you know, I'll have a life, you know, I wouldn't say like that my life was just like crap or anything, but like it's a start. And again, it's my starting salary. I'm only 22. Um, and like over time I'll be making more. Maybe they'll like I already know a job that like I'm also taking night classes, but like I already have a job that I could have at night that would be an additional amount of money for me weekly, which like I would be interested in. But that wasn't a big issue for me. And definitely I thought about it. I'd rather be teaching at Chelsea High, working at like making the money I make now than be teaching some like snobby rich kids for like an extra like 10-20K a year. I say that now, but definitely like right. But yeah, like like I wouldn't want to be teaching these kids that like parents would be like, I pay for my students' education, so you better give him an A or blah blah blah. He's like, he's trying to get into college, and like, you know, I can't be dealing with that. And like, you know, I'd rather be bringing up these kids and like supporting the kids that need me more rather than students who are just using me as a tool to get into college.
Yeah.
On the flip side, I think
That's a spot.
you would not relate to, like, as a teacher, if you worked in like a suburban area or whatever. I think as you on the flip side wouldn't relate to them. That way the connection wouldn't be there. You know what I mean? I think it would be like difficult because they come from riches and stuff and you came from struggle. So your, you know, analysis on life and things like that and how you think of life might be different from them. You know what I mean? While they're going to the country clubs with their dad, eating lobster on the weekends, playing golf, we were going to the complex, you know what I'm saying? Playing basketball and fucking, you know.
Yo, sometimes I feel like when we talk about shit like that, I feel like it sounds like we're victims, bro. Like, like it literally sounds like, yo, these kids got to go to the country clubs and we were playing at the complex. Like, obviously,
I'm trying to exaggerate the difference. You know what I mean?
I know what you're trying to do, but like, obviously, it is a truthful thing. That is probably not a lie. Like, it's not a lie, but it really sucks that it really feels like I'm missing out, bro. Like, why do I have to feel like that, bro? Why do I have to feel like I'm missing out?
I think that's where the humbleness comes from, right? Like William, right? He said he wasn't rich, bro. He said he didn't have all the riches, family of four, you know, and he said he lived a good one. He said he never had no complaints, bro. You know what I mean? It was chilling. I think it's the way you view it. If you're taking an approach of love yours, bro, J. Cole, bro, he always says it, right? It's an approach of life that I feel like when you come from struggle or when you come from struggling, you learn. Like, oh shit, bro. I didn't expect to have Christmas presents under the tree, bro. You know what I mean? I never thought that would even be a thing. I thought we were just gonna have dinner. Oh man, you become grateful, bro. You become humble, and you know it's that. I think that's what's the difference, bro. That's the difference. It's that humbleness, bro. I feel like when you have everything, can you be humble? Is that a thing? I don't know. Yes, maybe. I don't know. I've never been wealthy to know if I'm Like I never started off wealthy to know if I could be humble. That makes
And
sense.
we can never find out either.
Yeah, maybe we win the lottery or something, but we
Yeah.
won't know.
But either, I mean, I guess you can't just less grateful, but it
Mhm.
just, I don't know. It's definitely, these conversations always make me feel like, I feel like like, this is like a sociological, like, conversation, kind of, really, it is like thinking about how our society affects us as individuals. We literally
Mhm.
got like some shit where I feel like I missed out
Mhm.
because of the way society is built. And those are feelings that nobody else in society can have because they're not having the same, obviously not nobody else, but like people that don't look like us, don't have experiences like that, they'll never understand what we're going through in the same way we will never understand what they're going through. They're just living their life, bro. That's why, Vic was talking about how if you were a teacher in one of those areas, I feel like that'll actually be like an in, bro. You get to
Mhm.
open these kids' minds so that they can see a different perspective on life that they wouldn't be able to see if they had
Mm.
teachers that just look like them. Like me and we always talk about how there's ignorance in places
That
in
makes
some places.
sense, bro. That makes sense. I didn't think of it like that, but that makes sense, bro.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
like, we talk about ignorance, and a lot of the reason is the kids grow up in areas where they only have people that look like them. White people. There's communities that have like 5% Hispanic black rates in them, 95% white. Shit, like literally, those numbers sometimes are not even exaggerated. That's the truth, and they only have white people to teach them about stuff. I think honestly, a Hispanic teacher can be a jackpot for them. They or not, maybe not for. They won't feel it. It won't feel it in the moment because kids are just looking for whatever they're looking for. But it could be a chance for somebody like us to go open their minds. Like we always talk. I was talking about why I think code switching is dumb because I feel like you don't get to teach people those experiences in that way. Go ahead. Go ahead. What were you
Mhm.
gonna say?
Nah, I was gonna say I understand like it could be an in and you can open people's eyes, but it could also be like similar to when I was at the bank and I felt alone. Like you know
Mm,
what I mean? On the side of if William was working in a Lexington or something, whatever, whatever the community may be, right? It might be a thing where it's like you feel alone and you feel like you have to kind of hold yourself back from truly being yourself, which can then affect your teaching, bro. Because if
yeah.
you can't be like, yo, man, that was great, you know what I mean? Or I don't know the example, but you know what I mean? If you can't be yourself and you can't truly teach yourself, how the fuck are you gonna do that every day consistently to try to teach kids and impact them in a way? It's hard, bro. It's a tough conversation. It's
What do you
definitely.
think, William?
Yeah, I didn't think about it the way you put it. Like like, oh, it could be like a mind opening, like a mind opening for these kids if I were to go to like a different district where they just don't have teachers of color and stuff like that, where they can learn, and like you said, that's definitely something that I will be thinking moving forward. If I ever like decide to move, and stuff. But yeah, definitely. Personally, I think it would be difficult because for me as a teacher, just because I know how to interact with parents like don't speak English or parents that didn't grow up in stuff like that, and I feel like I know how like what these kids needs are because I had those needs as a kid, as a student, at least for the time being while I'm being a first year teacher and like for my first few years teaching, like this will be definitely a great place for me where I feel like I know how to interact with these kids and like again, some of these teachers, they don't know what a family like is like. They don't know what it's like growing up in a Chelsea home. And hopefully those who have stayed here for longer, like I know, like for example, my mentor, she's white, um, and like has nothing affiliated with Chelsea besides working here, but she's been here for quite a while. Like I think 6 years. I could be making that up, but she's able to understand the students more. They're like, oh, like I learned that like this is how the education system is in El Salvador. But and that differs in the US's education system because of XYZ. And like for example, like some of these kids, pretty much their only grades that mattered was their work. They could like not show up to school, they can like put minimum effort and not participate, but as long as they do well on the test, do all the homework and they get it right, they get an A. Whereas like here in Chelsea, you get 3 absences, you get an E, bro. And some of these kids don't even know that it's a whole different culture, you know. And for the time being, like, I feel like at least right now my calling would be to be in Chelsea, so that way I know what these teachers are, and then hopefully down the line, like, whether no matter where I go, but hopefully by the time I leave Chelsea, that could be in 5 years, that could be 10, that could be like, bro,
Never, bro.
that could be never. You never know, bro. I could be the next Dr. Mary C. Burke, bro.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I'm rooting for you, brother. I'm rooting, and bro, the same way I was talking to you about my mom, bro, that you're mad cool. If you were the fucking superintendent, bro, you'd be in every dinner conversation with my kids, bro. You know, I knew that kid and he was on my podcast, bro. You know what I mean? I'd never be the end, bro.
Yeah, and like, you know, stuff like that is like cool because, like, yo, Mary C. Burke, she's a Chelsea High graduate, you know, so that, like, stuff like that is cool. But yeah, like, hopefully, oh, well, the moral of the story is, like, whenever I leave, I hope, like, whether because of me or whether because of the administration or because of anyone, I hope that, like, you know, we have more teachers that are able to, like, better connect with their students, whether it's because they're from Chelsea or from communities like Chelsea or have just been in Chelsea for a long time. Because right now, I feel like it's very difficult for teachers to connect with our students.
Yeah, no, for sure.
What's like your biggest goal? Like, because when I think about my life, I have like these big ass goals that I want to achieve, right? Whether it be in the workplace, whether it be in my life, whatever. What's the biggest goal you want to achieve in your career, bro, as a teacher, bro?
Well, definitely. So only because, like, this is something that, like, I've done. Like, for example, I went back to visit my kindergarten teacher the week after graduation because, you know, we graduate and then the rest of the school keeps on going. They go on for like another like 2 weeks. I went back to visit. I went back to visit my kindergarten teacher because, like, she did a lot for me, and, like, that's where I began. That's where my Chelsea public schools career began. And I went back and I was like, "Yo, Miss Klein, like, do you remember me?" And she was like, "Who are you?" And then my mom walked in. My mom hasn't changed. Like I tell you, everyone recognizes my mom, not me. And then my mom walked in and she's like, "Oh, really?" And then, like, I gave her a hug and everything, you know. And maybe having an experience like that where, like, some student comes back, you know, because I know that I affected their lives in some way, shape, or form. The same way I reach out to Peacock, the same way, like, he was my teacher 4 years ago, you know. And then, like, something else that's like cool. It's like the other day I was walking to I think it was to Market Basket or something. And on the way there, there's a street called J. Ash Way. J. Ash being, like, the former city manager, you know.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, it would be cool to, like, have something named after me in Chelsea. Not because, like, oh, I want something named after me, but because I want to make an impact in Chelsea enough that's, like, something's, like, worth giving me that honor, you know. So
that's beautiful.
Like, yeah, so, like, that's a goal that I would love to have, and, like, whether it happens, it happens. But, like, at the same time, I don't need a street named after me to know, like, the impact that I had. But I want to, like, make, like, just pretty much have my name known, like, you know, just, like, knowing that I did enough in Chelsea that, like, my name is at least familiar out there by some locals. Like, if you say J. Ash, people know who J. Ash is, even though he's not the city manager anymore. People say Mary C. Burke, like, people know who Mary C. Burke is, and stuff like that, you know. And hoping that one day my name in Chelsea, like, it's like, oh, I know that guy. Like, he was my teacher, or he taught my kid, and stuff like that. Just having that impact.
That's beautiful, bro. And again, if I walk past the monument, bro, yo, I know him, bro. I've dapped him up many times, bro. Like, yo, you know what I mean?
Those are some of the most. I was expecting, yo, I want to be a superintendent, you know, have all the, you know, do this, and, yo, those are, like, humble, but, like, I don't know, those are just some beautiful
goals, bro. Like, it's like no bullshit. They're like movie, like, you know, like touchy feely, like
yo, what's that movie?
The Pursuit of Happiness, bro.
With AP Calculus, you ever watch that movie? Where it's like a teacher that has like he teaches in, like, California, and it's like this bunch of students that are, like, you know, it's a low income place, but he tries to get them to, like, he basically teaches them for mad years so that they can do well in the AP Calculus test, and they do so good that they didn't believe that they were actually, you know, they really passed the test, so they made them redo the test. You don't know that movie? You know that movie either?
Nah, a movie that sounded like, but it's not a dude, it's a girl. It's Freedom Riders, where the lady goes and teaches them for multiple years, and the kids, like, they go from like they have like families and gangs and stuff, like all that, all the jazz, bro. And then they go like they end up graduating, they have like greater lives, like because of her influence, and they thank her so much at the end. You know what I'm talking about? You ever seen that movie? You watched it in like seventh grade?
Yeah, I watched it like mad years ago, but like again, like I can watch it again and be like, oh shoot, because like I don't remember it.
Yeah.
What I was talking about was stand and deliver, but either way, but those are like, those are inspiring stories that it's just like, I feel like you're passionate about teaching, bro. It's not just to teach, because I feel like, there's, I'm not knocking your profession or nothing like that, but I feel like sometimes there are teachers that there are people that, they didn't end up getting where they wanted to go, so they kind of settle for teaching. You know what I mean? And I feel like those are teachers that they kind of neglect the students because they didn't really care about teaching in the first place. All they wanted was something, a job, whatever they could find. And then they just ended up teaching, and I feel like those are not what we need. What we need are teachers like you who are actually passionate, that you were like, yo, you were like, yo, I don't like this class because it was like whatever reason you said, the major was selfish, bro. And it's like it wasn't fulfilling for you. What you wanted was something that would make you feel like you were doing something for real. And for you, it was teaching. That's some crazy shit, bro.
That's beautiful, bro. Like I said, man, like all jokes aside, bro. Yo, I look up to you, bro. No bullshit. The shit you're doing, bro. Like I could never. I admit, like I can never be like, yo, I want to, like obviously I want to create an impact, but I want to create impact different way. And I always talk about education. And as much as I want education to change, I wouldn't take that next step to become a teacher to actually dive into it, right? I want the change to happen with people like you, because I know myself, I don't have patience, bro. And teachers have probably the most patience, bro. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like I would hate it, bro, because I understand. I was a student and I understand the goofiness and the Miss Gleich, bro, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to be a Miss Gleich, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I come here and I like, and it's hats off to you, bro. For real. It's just something that like is beautiful, bro. It's definitely beautiful. We hear the passion in your voice, bro, and it inspires me to like want to do more, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And it's just the start, bro. Like you're in the worst situation possible right now.
Yeah.
You're starting in the worst situation possible. It's literally, there's no way you can't go up from here, bro.
You are LeBron James, bro, with no fucking help, bro, right now. You know what I mean? Obviously you have help with like teachers and stuff, but like you're that, bro. You're LeBron getting drafted to Cleveland and he's the only stud, bro, and he was a rookie. You know what I'm saying? That's you. And I'm telling you, bro, same way that we're saying he's the GOAT is the same way Mr. Estrada, bro, he's going to be the GOAT. You know what I mean? Kids 10, 15 years from now, bro, they had your class. They're going to have a podcast and they're going to talk about you the same way that we had a podcast and we talked about Mr. Peacock, bro. I'm telling you, bro, I predict the future, bro, and I see it happening.
Yeah, as long as down the line people are talking about me like Peacock and not like that's all that matters, right?
Oh, shit. Yo, the contrast between the teachers that we talked about in this episode, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That is crazy, bro.
I wanna finish up on something real quick. So you are now teaching in Chelsea High. We've talked about the struggles that teachers go through, especially in a place like Chelsea, right? Do you, based off of your experience so far, do you think that they did a good job preparing you for the situation?
Definitely. I mean, they did the best that they could. I think what really lacked was more of that like practice, like for example, we can practice drills and playing soccer and all that stuff, but if we don't have a scrimmage, we don't know how, like, what we're doing well in and what we're lacking, and like that's something that I felt like was missing. They did places like, but like I was tutoring kindergartners how to read, bro. Like they gave me classroom experience, but it wasn't like the classroom experience that I wanted. It's like, yo, you train me to play soccer, and they're like, I go out there and play a basketball game, bro. Like I had like maybe like the athletic build and all that stuff, but then like the sportsman like mentality, but then
the potential
is not there because I was training for a different sport. Okay. And definitely more could have been done. And obviously, again, if it wasn't for COVID, like I'd be like, I think I would have been like some summer school class with students in my grade level in my field. and they definitely did the best. And I feel like a lot of what they did was more like community building and like social emotional learning, stuff like that. And I feel like those were some of the most important things that I learned going forward, especially how to build a community, and definitely having teachers lead by example, because the people that were leading it are also teachers, or former teachers, who were in a similar situation, who are teaching remotely for their first times too. So I think a lot of it, and definitely like I know that my group, my cohort, my team, honestly, some of the best people that I've ever met. Where I've heard other people complain, like other TFA people from Massachusetts, like complain about their group. My math group was like literally like some of the best people that I've ever met, and like it was a good experience for me. And I don't know if I can say the same thing for everyone. Like again, I feel a little bit lost from time to time, but I think a lot has to do with teaching remotely because they're learning resources at the same time as we do. So I won't hold them accountable to that, but definitely like it's tough.
Yeah, I think it's it has to, bro. It's definitely the remote. It's new, bro. That shit's it literally came out of left field, bro. No one knew what the fuck. Like it's like there wasn't a plan in place. Let's say like fucking last year, like last school year, there was not a fucking plan in place to come up with a whole remote concept, bro, for students. And then boom, Corona in March, you gotta, you're trying to adapt with the thing. And then, obviously there's even more struggle with lack of resources and things like that. It gets fucking tough. And I'm telling you, you're legit first year, bro, digging in the fucking mud, crawling through that shit. It's raining too, bro. And you're gonna make your way. You're gonna make your way through, bro. You're gonna make your way through, bro. That's just tough.
Yeah, nah. Going off what you said too is I was asking, like, I asked my girl's little sister. I was like, yo, so do you think, like, based off of last year at the end of the year and now starting off this year as a new school year, do you think that they were more prepared for the online learning? She was like, yeah. Before they literally would give us like 3 problems at the beginning of the class and then we would do them. Now they actually have like a lesson plan and you can see that they're more organized and shit. So it's like that shit was definitely a switch for you. So all right, going back to the other question. So you're saying that they could have you said that they could have done a little bit more. What do you think, for a teacher, if a teacher that was gonna teach in Chelsea, never grew up in Chelsea, nothing like that, what would you tell them to help them prepare for teaching somebody like, like us, basically? Not basically, literally like us.
Literally like us, yeah. I think I've like told this a few times because like I've been asked this like at orientation and during like professional development stuff because like I was a student there, and what I tell them is like, yo, just listen to the kids, because first of all, I have to listen to the kids because even though I grew up in Chelsea, their lives are still different from mine. I can't make an assumption just because I'm like Latino who grew up in Chelsea, and then this student is a Latino who grew up in Chelsea. Don't mean we have the same lives. We gotta we can't make assumptions about our kids, especially if you think you know them, especially if you're another Latinx teacher, and stuff like that. And definitely be patient because these students, their school experience are different from like your school experience, most likely.
Anyone's school experience, bro.
Yeah, exactly, and especially now remotely, just have an open ear to what these students have to say, because sometimes like I was a quiet kid, bro, and I'm still kind of a quiet kid, to be honest. So it's tough for me to like speak, and like if I have an issue, like even now, like I told my bosses, I struggle to reach out for help. Like for example, like there was a time where like I delayed my grade book because I didn't know how to like put grades in. So so like I was struggling to reach out because like after a while, like me daba pena, you get me? Like I was like, oh shoot, like it's been like 2 weeks, I haven't put anything in the grade book, bro. And then like until one time like someone reached out to me and they're like, hey, like I noticed like like your grade book's empty, is everything all right? And then like we had a meeting, and then like now like kids got their Parlo quiz in the grade book, and stuff like that, and like these students are not going to speak up, but like just have an open ear and like be that person that they need. And if they don't need you, then don't pry stuff out of them, you get me? Just be patient, pretty much patience and having an open ear, if you have to sum it up.
And grading is the same from like when we went to Chelsea High to now, even though it's remote. Like it's not pass or fail, it's just
Yeah,
A's and
so
B's and C's and stuff?
at least in the math department, what we changed is because like before it would be like, 10% participation, 20% quizzes, 30% tests, etc. You get me? Now, at least in the math department, we switched it up where it's 20% 20% participation, 80% what we call mastery. So that like was where all your quizzes, all your graded assignments and stuff are. Like participation could be like you showing up to class, you participating in class, you completing your homework, etc. And I think that's for a little bit more leeway, you get me? So like we can have like if we have more parallel quizzes that will like outweigh the performance assessment a little bit, and because like they all of them test mastery of the knowledge of like the content, but we just don't want, like, for example, what if you fail a test because you don't know how to appropriately take a test remotely, like online, you get me, and like that's the reason why you fail. So like we're like pretty much making more leeway for our students, at least in the math department, and for us as teachers to like what we think our students need and stuff like that.
Mhm. Definitely
Yeah,
seems
yeah.
like you guys are trying to
Yeah.
support your students as much as
and
possible.
and then like I really like this, and this is one thing that I didn't hear before, but we're trying to do a floor in the grading. So for example, an A is only 10%. It's from 90 to 100. A B is only from an 80 to an 89. You get me? It's only like a certain amount. But an F is from a 0 to a 59. You get me? And
Mhm.
that's a huge thing. So
It's a
what they
gap,
want
yeah.
is that's a huge, like more than half of the percentage is a failing. So like obviously if you get a 0 on an assignment and you get 100 on your next assignment, you still fail, right?
You
Because
have
that's a
a
50.
50, yeah, yeah.
So what they want us to do now, and I really like this idea, is to like, oh, if a student, like let's say, gets a 0 on the assignment, they get a 40%. That's still failing, if they get a 0 on everything, they still get an F at the end of the day. But it makes
Mhm.
it easier for them to catch up. Like, if
He's
you,
the lowest.
yeah. So like, for example, if you get a 40 on the first test, I mean, if you get a 0 on the first test, you get a 40. And then the next one you get 100 somehow. Then your grade averages out to 70.
Mhm.
And so that way, like, students are able to make up, especially now where students need that that support more, where it's difficult for students.
Mm.
But yeah, and like, yeah, I think that's like a great idea, just because
I,
a
I,
zero
I
a
was
zero
gonna say that because like fucking you know how you said like some of your students don't even show up?
Yeah.
Like those kids are probably getting 0, 0, 0. That's what I was like, oh man, that must suck, dude. And then you have to make all that stuff up. And like you're gonna like hate life, bro, as a student, bro. But given those 40s, it's kind of like can bounce back if you're being a goofball or whatever.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I'm telling you, giving an F is the worst feeling in the world, bro, as a teacher. Like I was like,
Oh, really?
yeah, like I'm like, you got two. I'm like, you got like a lot of questions right, but like that's still less than half of the questions right, bro. You like,
I thought like in high school I used to be like, oh, teachers love giving those like like Mr. Crocker, the stamp, bro. F. You know what I mean? That's like the cartoon I would put in my head when like I got an F or something. I'd be like, yo, teachers love doing that, bro. That ass, bro. That's crazy.
Teachers
That's
want,
crazy.
bro, because that means they're doing good. Bro, if they give an F, that means they didn't teach you well enough, or you don't care. You
yeah,
know,
care, yeah.
so it's not. I don't think the teacher. And if you don't care, that means they're not inspiring you enough to care. I mean, not always, but like it could be that they're not inspiring you enough. It's not. But I feel like the teacher would blame themselves if you got an F more than they would blame you.
Mm. All right, I have a question. What would you do if you had a student like me, right? That I don't know, that comes up that you come up to them and you're like, hey man, what's going on? This and that. Like your test scores show that you know this stuff, but you just don't do your homework, things like that. Like, what are you telling them to encourage them to get that grade up?
well, at least right now, especially because like it's only at the beginning. I'm like, hey, that would be the first thing. I'm like, yo, like you messed up in the beginning. That's okay, because first of all, right now it's mad difficult for any of us to do anything. Like bro, I didn't know how to teach remotely like a few months ago. You didn't know how to be a student remotely a few months ago. Like this is completely new. First of all, make them know that like part of it has to do with them not care, like could be do because of them not caring, but you'll give them I always give my students the benefit of the doubt, like, hey, like I know learning is hard. Like if a student shows up late, I give them the benefit of the doubt that like they showed up late because they were like their internet wasn't letting them and stuff like that. And I think that's one big thing that we have to do now as teachers, you know, just making sure that like we trust our students.
Empathy's there.
Yeah, but then also set on like
Take
hey,
advantage of that as a student, bro. No bullshit.
Exactly.
Like if my teachers believe in everything I'm saying, bro, I'd fucking, you know what I mean? My dog died 30 times, bro. I couldn't cop on the Zoom. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to give kids the hacks or nothing. You know, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, definitely. But
if you're watching this, don't do that. But,
but
you know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, like, you know, those students who like tell me like, oh, I didn't show up because of my internet, whatever. Like, at the end of the day, results will show whether like on the exam, it shows that whether you're paying attention or not. You get me? And you know, I'm giving you as many resources. Like, for example, like I told you, like I go back and pretty much reteach what I just taught the day before with a little bit more support where I feel like my students like needed it. And you know, I like it's, you know, like, and I feel bad for the students who are really getting it, because like I feel like they might feel like I'm being very, very repetitive with stuff like that. But I just don't want my students to be falling behind. So like at the end of the day, if there's no excuse, and I tell them like, yo, reach out to me if you need help. But like the people that are reaching out to me are the students that are already doing well. They want to make the difference between an 80 and a 90, or like the difference between a 90 and 100. You get me? Those are the students reaching out to me. The students that aren't reaching out to me are the ones that, the ones that are not reaching out to me are the ones that are struggling. The ones that need the most help are the ones that aren't asking for it.
That's tough.
And like,
yeah.
And like, again, at the end of the day, like if you want to pass, you would reach out to me. And at the end of the day, like, for example, that one kid that like got a 0 on the first homework assignment, he he got a 0, but like obviously he completed it, so I give him credit for completion. But he like took that initiative and like started like taking notes. And you know, that's the only kid that I've seen do that transition from doing poorly in the beginning to trying their best. But yeah, definitely making sure that the students know that they're accountable for their actions. And like at the end of the day, if you don't care, then I can't make you care.
Yeah, that's fucking that's tough, bro.
Yo, I feel like you're a creator, bro. Like that ass, you're coming out here with a freaking a shield and a fucking spear, and you're just like battling out here, bro.
You're fucking fighting everybody and anybody, yeah.
Doing what you can, bro. That shit is, yo, it's inspiring, bro. This that like, I don't know how many times I could say, but that everything you said the whole time we've been talking has inspired me, and I feel like I ain't doing enough, bro. I'm not doing.
Well, the feeling I get is like, it's like, I feel like, why am I complaining, bro? You know what I mean? There's people like William that are busting their ass every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Like, I feel kind of guilty that I'm complaining for the jobs and stuff I have, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Like when you think about it, like I've been busy all day. Like I wasn't able to meet until 7. I'm here doing this podcast, and guess what I have to do after this? I got to prepare my lesson for tomorrow. You know, it's chill. What was I gonna say? So yeah, Jason, if you want that TFA application, I'll send it your way.
Give me some years, bro.
Oh man.
Bro, I've been too excited to become an engineer so far, bro. I just want to get my hands on the plant and just, you know, do what I can with that shit. I don't know.
I have,
bro. Like I would, bro. Oh, hold up. I would love to teach, right? Because I know I want to inspire. Like I know I can talk to the kids. I don't know if I could be. I know I would be empathetic. I'd be similar to you. I would try to do my best to, you know, help them out. The thing is, like, I feel like if I could find a way to, you know, build myself up and like make a name for myself, that's like, they're like, that people are like, yo, this is Jason, that dude.
And then teach it like that.
It's like I can inspire in that way too. You know what I mean? I don't need to be the teacher. I could be a role model instead. You know, they're looking up at me. I could be like this. Superman, bro.
That's just a perfectly placed prop, bro. That was hilarious, bro.
Yeah, not like I'm saying, like, you know, it could be, if, you know, say this podcast takes off, bro, and then people from Chelsea, you know, kids growing up, you're like, oh, have you heard that podcast from the dude that grew up from the same place where we grew up? And they start watching it, listening to it, and they hear the stuff I'm talking about. You know, what do we talk about, Vic? Reading, education, asking yourself questions to better understand yourself and always better in yourself. That's like I feel like that's what we talk about. And you know, obviously
open people's eyes, bro, to thinking, bro, is a fucking big thing, bro.
Because there's definitely, like we said, so you're a sociology major, you know how much stuff in society, like social structures, economic structures that are holding you back, and you don't even notice them unless you think about it. So that's another thing we try to do here is open people's eyes. So you know, I feel like, you know, one day this shit starts soaring like Superman, bro. You know, we'll get
or Toucan Sam. Because he can fly, bro. He can fly.
I can get the chance to then inspire those kids in the same way. Then maybe I could become a teacher, you know, and then I'll be like, yo, bro, I came from this, bro, and I got here, and I'm here because I want you guys to see that shit.
Yeah, and like, if I'm being straight up, yo, if you don't want to be a teacher, I don't want you to be a teacher either. You get me? Because like, I want to be a teacher, and like, obviously, like that improves my skill set in some way, you know. But if you don't want to be a teacher, then like, even though like it would be great to have like a teacher like you who grew up in an urban community and stuff like that. If you don't want to teach, then don't teach, because like, you know, I like it might only
the
just
passion won't be there. Yeah, you'll fuck up the kids, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You'll be like, fuck this shit. You'll be like, fuck this shit, kids, bro. I'm drinking my coffee and you guys chill, bro.
Yeah, nah.
You guys chill and think, bro.
Yeah. Honestly, nah. One of the things, like after Peacock, for sure. Like after we had Peacock, like I'm saying that, like, you know, obviously, you know, we've been talking about Peacock, but clearly that man was an inspiration to both of us.
Clearly, we gotta have that man on, bro. What? Everyone has his number.
I did want him.
Yeah, I got his number.
Say less, bro. Yo.
I know he has a whole different perspective because he taught in Chelsea, and that's why bro. That would be crazy. I'll be crying on this shit, bro. Talking to him, bro. Anyway, you know, like, you know, one thing, like after I had Peacock, that I was like, you know, I was in the air. I didn't know what I want to do with my life. You know, what 18-year-old really knows what the hell they want to do with their life? You know,
no one.
And I looked at Peacock and I saw, you know, how he inspired me, how he inspired you, and how it really was like Peacock was one of those teachers that stood in the front of the class and he just captivated everybody's attention and made them want to think, like, they would just be like, wow, this man is nice, you know. And like seeing that, I was like, I want to be like that too. But then, you know, I was good at math, so I want to be an engineer. And I actually, engineer was definitely one of those things. If I'm being honest, the reason I want to become an engineer was because of the Flash, bro. The Flash, when it came out on the TV from the CW, I was watching that like the year like we were applying for college, and Cisco Ramon, bro, the man was a mechanical engineer, bro, and was doing some crazy stuff. And as an engineer, I was like, damn, it'd be awesome to be an engineer, bro.
That's hilarious, bro. That's a funny origin story from the Flash, bro. Yeah.
The Flash in combination with Miss Truckerbordy, bro. She was nasty, bro. That was one of those teachers, bro. You know how you were, Vic, that question that you asked about, what was it? What would you do if a kid was getting good test grades and then wasn't doing their homework? Bro, you know what she did? She told my mom, bro. She was like, yo, it looks like Jason has good grades, but he doesn't do any homework. And I feel I'm fearful for him because I know when he gets to college, it's gonna be hell for him because he's not gonna be able to, in front of me, saying it to my mom. So it was like, not only is she telling my mom, she's telling me at the same time. So I was just sitting there like,
nah, but that's what you want, bro. You want like the boys, bro. You want like close friends that are gonna tell you like, yo, Vic, you're fucking up, bro. You know what I mean? And it's not out of, you're not hating on me. It's out of love, bro. You see that I'm down or I'm doing stuff and I'm blindly doing it, and you're gonna let me know out of love, bro. And I think that's what she did there, right? She's like your friend, bro. She was looking out for you, bro.
That's part of the reason I'm where I am right now, bro. That's single-handedly, she lifted me up from right there. That's why when I got to college, I was like, I can't, bro. I can't take for granted this opportunity I got right now. And that's why I've been doing what I'm doing. About to graduate right now, you know, got a 94 on my exam right now. You know, I've been feeling it, bro. I'm like, yo, I belong here, bro. I don't care if I'm not white. I belong here.
Congrats, brother. Nah, and that, bro, that's what we need. That's the energy we fucking need, bro. In the community, bro. Like, bro, like just the drive that people go through, like school, whatever, teaching, You know what I mean? The podcast, bro. It's all that we're not all. We're showing that we could fucking do it. So big reason I wanted to start this podcast, right? The eye-opening thing that I keep talking about is because I grew up in the city. We all grew up in the city. You hear the talk, bro, about our city. You hear how we're compared to other cities. And I felt like I was hearing this small city mentality. You know what I mean? We're from Chelsea, bro. You gotta pump the brakes, bro. You know what I mean? You can't shoot for the moon, bro. You gotta chill in the clouds, brother. I felt like we were always that wasn't a mindset that people told you to think. That was a mindset that was coming within people within our community, bro, that lived this shit. And I was getting tight, bro. I was like, what the fuck? Like, bro, yes, probably the deck is stacked more against us for reasons that we have no control over. You know what I mean? We don't control that we live in a poorer community. But it's like, bro, where the fuck is the dream, bro? Where's the drive where you could fucking do it? Where you have the confidence in yourself, the confidence in your boys, confidence in your family to fucking go get it. Go get what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like that drive, bro. And that's what, made me call up Jason that day in Boston when I was just in my own space. I was like, yo, I got an idea, bro. Let's fucking do a podcast. You know what I mean? That was a big boost. Like, let's fucking go, man. I'm hyped now. Like,
yeah. We out here, bro. We out here. Me, Vic, William, everybody we've had on the pod, anybody that we keep our eyes on everybody.
We want on the pod or anybody. Yeah, I'm telling you, Jason and I literally have conversations about the community every fucking day, all the time. Yo, did you see what this person was doing? I'm not joking. I'm not just saying this shit because I'm being a showman and I'm talking on the show. I'm being dead ass. Yo, William, bro, it's legit. William's gonna be a crazy ass episode, Jay. Yeah, I know. Yo, Vic, bro, it's gonna be crazy. Yo, we grew up with him. He's fucking mad smart. Blah blah blah. Everything I'm saying is mad genuine, bro. Dead ass. Bro. You're mad inspiring. Bro. I'm not bullshitting just because you're on my show. I'm trying to make you feel good. You know what I mean? I'm legit. I'm just being dead ass, bro. You're doing great shit. That I'm like, this is me, bro. Whether I'm clapping or not, that's me. That's the feeling, bro. I'm hyped for you, bro. I can't wait to see where you're going. And a question I have is, what can I do? What can Jason do? What can we do as a community to help support teachers like you, bro? What can we do at home? What is something we could do to help you guys out?
Well, I mean, first of all, before I get into that, like, what y'all doing is amazing too, because like this is my only time on here. Who knows if like maybe like next year I'll be on it again. But like, yo, this like, bro, this has been draining, bro. Like, it's been tiring. You get me? And to be able to do this every week, it's not for everybody. And to be able to do this every week and like take a pause and then do it again, like, like deciding to do it again for season 2, that ain't easy. So props to both of you, because like, again, like I can't imagine doing this every week, because it's tiring, but like the conversations that we're also having is also worth it. So I mean, shout out to
you, bro. Thank you,
bro. It's the conversation. That shit. Bro, when I get to the point, like I'm banging on my chest like this, bro, because I'm hyped. Yo, that makes the whole.
I start screaming and shit.
The whole 3 hours I studied you, the whole 2 hours we've been having this conversation, it makes all that time, the whole 3 hours, 4 hours, I have to edit this shit and do everything I gotta do. It makes all that. I'm not making no money from this. I don't care. It makes it all worth it when I know.
It's legit the message, bro. Bro. I feel like conversations like this, because my personal experience, right? If you give me a book, yeah, I could read it and stuff, analyze it, but I feel like the greatest inspiration I've ever had, you know what I mean, has been from people one-to-one talking to me and telling me facts. Conversation, you know what I mean? Making me feel human, bro. Making me realize I'm either fucking up or I should be grateful for this or that. You know what I mean? That has helped me. So this podcast, that's what I want to show. You know what I mean? Conversations that could change the fucking world, bro. One convo, I think, could change the fucking world, bro.
What does that say right there? This is affirmations of the day that I write for myself, bro. The podcast will change the world. Gotta remind myself.
My fucking God, that's crazy, bro. And I didn't see that. That's not planned. That's not planned. That's legit. That's
me trying to hype myself up.
That's connection, bro. That's
Right.
crazy, bro.
Yo, all right, answer the question, bro. What can we do to help you, bro?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, definitely stay in the loop with what's going on. Either I don't know where y'all living, or like if it's in Chelsea or Saugus,
I live in
or
Chelsea, bro. How do I get informed, brother?
yeah, like definitely first of all follow Chelsea Public Schools and Chelsea High School on like all different types of social medias. Like do that, because like you never know, one day like you might know something, you know that, oh, there's like this thing going on in Chelsea High School, like, oh, they're distributing like lunches like during this time, right? And then maybe like one day you're just on the street, right? And then you see like someone like at like a family who might need help or whatever, be like, hey, did you know that this and that? Or like maybe your mom's friend or whatever, be like, oh, like fulano like is like her daughter is like in Chelsea High School and like she's struggling with this. She's like, oh, maybe we can do this. You know, just making sure that like you have that information where like if someone asks you, because I know my mom's been across in that situations. I don't know if it's just because she just happens to talk to more parents.
Your mom's amazing, bro. That's what it is.
Moral of the story, if any of y'all are have made it this far into the podcast, moral of the story is that my mom is an amazing person. Shout out to my mom. But yeah, you know, just making sure you're in the loop with what's happening in your community, so that way like you can help someone without even knowing, and like just making someone's day, making someone's comfortable, like helps a lot. That's all I can really say, because you know, and just shout out, like motivate the teachers. I don't know.
For real. That's what we're doing here. Yo, tell every one of your teachers, they're your fellow colleagues, bro. Be like, yo, listen to My Room's a Mess. They love you guys. Just tell them, bro. Just
Yeah,
tell
I'll be
them.
like, I'll be like, go to hour 2 minute such and such. They have a message for you. They love you. Yeah, okay. Yo, so Chelsea High math department, Chelsea High department. If you're listening to this, we love you. I love you. Vic loves you. Jason loves you.
I love you.
Yo, you made me the person I am today. I'm not gonna lie. I am proud of the person I am today, and I'm proud that I came from Chelsea, bro. And I would not want to freaking grow up anywhere else, bro.
Exactly. Yo, shout out to all the teachers that have helped me out. Those one-to-one conversations, I promised you, they weren't for nothing. Yes, I was a goofball, but they resonated. They came in, they came through, and I love the person I am today. I love what I'm doing. I love just who I am, and I gotta shout out all my teachers that have helped me out. You guys are awesome. And for the future teachers to come, you guys got this. You guys are beasts. I'm telling you. If you, like William said, if you don't want to teach, then fucking teach. All right, you're gonna fuck some shit up. But if you want to teach, let's fucking go. Let's bring that fire that I keep talking about. Let's fucking
go. Sure. All right, yo. This has been a great episode, bro. I think it's gonna be time when we transition in, bro. One last thing I want to say before we transition into the mess moment is, yo, if you ever find like a something that you feel like, damn, this could be done better and for our community, let me know so I can try to help, bro. I don't know, like maybe you see like, yo, this classroom needs these textbooks or some shit like that. Yo, you know, something like that. I don't know. I will do my best to try to help you out. I'll find a way we could, start something where a donation, like, we got to help ourselves out, because definitely the government and, some state policies and the way it's going right now is not, it's not always in our favor. So the least I can do is put my hand out and try to help you and the students at Chelsea High, because I'm trying to better my community, and sometimes it starts with the people below me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the same. Like, yo, let us know. And if we say stuff on the podcast, or if we're not saying stuff on the podcast, important shit, let us know so we could be informed. Because you know what I mean? Like, I have a great community of friends. I have a great community of people I know. That and I be trying to get all the information, but sometimes we miss something. And if there's something important that you guys know that needs to be talked about, or something needs to be done for it, let's fucking do it. Let us know. We'll try our best. We'll do whatever the fuck we can. We're like a messy room. Life's all over the place, ladies and gentlemen. We're all messy in our rooms, and we just want to help clean that mess a little bit.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks.
You got anything to say before we go into the mess moment?
I don't know. Same thing with me. If one of my students is out there listening to this, or if you know one of my students, or just know me in general, tell me where I can improve. We're out here to improve with our students, because feedback is always the best thing. It's always nice to hype each other up. Like, for example, like I'll be like, yo, Jason, Vic, like your podcast is amazing, period. But that doesn't help them, you know? Like maybe after this podcast, I'll be like, yo, like this is what went well, this is what could have like gone better, you know? If we just keep on hyping each other up, like at the end of the day, we're not gonna move forward. We gotta find our flaws. So point out my flaws. It's teaching as a friend, as a person, let me know.
Boom.
Let's do it,
All right,
brother.
yo.
Let's do it.
Awesome. You ready? It's time for
Yo, Jason, let Jason do it.
Yeah, Jason can do it, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the messy moment.
Messy moment. Messy moment. Messy moment.
Oh man, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, that was a conversation that needed to be had. Oh man, I'm so fucking hyped, ladies and gentlemen. This was beautiful. This was a amazing conversation. Oh man, and by the end of this show, if you don't like my guy William, then you're fucking slacking. If you don't have empathy for the teachers in our community, bro, and around the world, you're fucking slacking. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, we got the craziest insight on what goes on behind the scenes. Man, that show's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, but we're in the messy moment. Messy moment, ladies and gentlemen, is the time where we can reflect and we dive into this podcast that we had with William or Spider-Man. He's a fucking beast, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, it's a time where we could highlight something, we could reflect something, you want to just talk about your favorite part, you want to talk about what inspires you, want to talk about what motivated you. It's a time when we do that, ladies and gentlemen. So I just gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I just want to say thank you, William, bro. I know you got the busiest schedule on the fucking planet, bro. And thank you for coming on, man. It's been a complete honor to have you. It's been very insightful, bro. I definitely want to help out the best I can, bro. Support my teachers, bro. You know, support my guy, Will, bro. Support anybody. And I just want to say my messy moment is just truly seeing the passion, bro, that you have for this, bro. It was just really inspiring and just truly like you can see it, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You are tired, bro. I could tell that you're tired, bro. And to just see you like still want to do this, bro. You know what I mean? When others might have quit, it's just mad inspirational, bro. It makes me want to be like it makes me like feel like guilty, bro, when I'm complaining about stupid shit, bro. That's easy, you know what I mean? And it's truly just, I feel like it's helped me, bro, because when I start complaining about my life or whatever the fuck's going on, I'm gonna think back to my guy William. He's struggling, but he's mad passionate and he loves what he's doing. So we're gonna get through the same way you're getting through, bro. Thank you, bro, for real.
Love that, bro. Love that. All right, I'm gonna take it. First off, bro, that ass. I knew, like, I think we talked, like, it was like a month ago when we were in the group chat with Wilbur, and you were like, oh, I'm a teacher for CHS now, bro. And I was like, so then Vic was like, yo, what are we doing for October? Because we usually plan for like a whole month, like of what we're gonna do for guests. And then I was like, bro, we gotta have William on, bro, for sure. Because one, that's my boy. And then two, this man is literally doing what we talk about week in, week out, always talking about education. This man is literally taking what we say and putting it into action. That's one. So after that, you come on and you say the stuff you say. For me, my messy moment was like, I just want to highlight how humble you are, bro. Like really, like I asked you, for me, I feel like I just saw like a selfish point in myself where I asked you, I was like, yo, what, like, did the money ever affect your decision? You were just like, nah, bro. Like, really, I've seen so much struggle that literally this even seems good to me, you know? Like, and it's like, damn, bro, I'm over here and I want all these riches and all this money. And for what? You know, you're doing something that is irreplaceable and it's like, it's priceless, bro. You're helping people become great individuals. You're literally like you're a train track to success, bro. That's what you are. And that's just inspiring to me. And on top of that, what was the other one that I said? I'm sorry. I forgot what it was.
The answers when we asked him about his goals.
Oh yeah, and the goal. And on top of that, when we asked you about your goals, they were still so humble. It wasn't that I want to be the best and this and that. Nothing like ego-ish. No, it was, yo, I want a student to come back and tell me how much, and like just to see where they are now. You know what I mean? Like just to connect again and see the progress that that student has made. It's all about the students for you, bro. That's inspirational, bro. And obviously you said the street and shit, but that mean, but it will be from a result of how much you helped the community, which is like in itself is still not even selfish, bro. You just want to help so much that eventually you can get this recognition. That shit, bro. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I feel like myself. I feel like I need to go. I need to find like purify my soul, bro. For some reason, I feel like I'm greedy or some shit like that. I don't know. I need to rethink my life. You can take it, bro.
Uh, yeah, I mean, first of all, thank you for having me on. I feel like going into this, like I was going to have like a lot of repetitive conversations, but no, like it took it a whole completely different path, and what took it to a completely different path, and I guess this gets to my messy moment is y'all's reaction to this, especially towards the end where you like both of you asked like, yo, so what can I do? You get me? Well, because that really took like that like really like opened my eyes, because like sometimes I'll be talking about my teacher life and then people will be like, oh snap, that sounds hard, but that's it. And like we'll really like pretty much at the end when y'all said what can I do, literally in that half second where you asked that question, like it made me reflect on the whole podcast, because first of all I'm like, yo, every single word that I'm saying is like matters to these two, and hopefully to whoever else is hearing this, and like think about what you can do as like for a change, and like like you said, you have to reevaluate your life to be like less selfish, but again, like that was one of the least selfish things that you could have asked at the end. Not like you like, instead of like moving it back towards me, like what can I what do you think Mr. Estrada am gonna do, but like, yo, what can I, as like Jason, what can I do, oh, like me as Vic, what can I do, and stuff like that. And and again, like being a teacher, again, like learning the behind the scenes of what goes on, like really humbled my experience as a person. Like I didn't know that my teachers went through all this stuff. And then again, similarly in a podcast, being in one episode, I see the work that goes in, but then also as a guest, I don't see the work that goes even farther behind the scenes from there, like the editing, bro. Like it's like about, oh, like I can edit this, or like when there's technical difficulties, you can do this. Like, you're gonna have to go through a lot of footage, and so that way it can work,
Yeah.
so it can flow. And just appreciating more what goes into making a podcast. I know, like I like knowing how much I appreciate that more now. I know how much you two appreciate what goes behind the scene as a teacher now, and I feel like we all three of us came out growing at the end of this.
That's beautiful, bro. That's oh man, that messy moment made me. Oh, you should give me the tingles, bro. My feathers are up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm fucking. Oh man, that was beautiful, bro. That ass, bro.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, happy Halloween. We love you guys, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not following us, you gotta follow us on Twitter, IG, our messy rooms. You gotta subscribe to the YouTube channel. You gotta like, subscribe, and comment. Great shit, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta follow our personal pages. We'll put the bink bink in the whatever fuck. And then you gotta follow my guy William. You gotta follow my guy William. And if you see him on the streets, you gotta say hello. And you talk to him the way he needs to be talked to, with some respect, Mr. Estrada. All right?
Tell him where to find you, bro. Tell him where to find you.
You can find me at William Dario _ on Twitter, on Instagram, and on PlayStation Network.
Let's go, boys.
With a student and him at the same time when they're being in class.
Yeah, thanks.
Man, bro, this has been fire, bro. I love this shit. This is why I do
It's
this.
been awesome.
Why I do this.
Yo, it's been awesome, bro. Sorry for the technical difficulties, man. It's never happened before. We pulled through, bro, and I'm glad we did pull through. And ladies and gentlemen, it's the saddest time of the day. It's the saddest time of the show. It's the end. Check you later.
Check you later.
Check you later.
Hey.
Fucking guy.